So, last time, after you guys made your way to the Swamp Rose, you ventured into the tavern that was the Tipsy Crane. There you met the owner named Yag. He said that he was one of two remaining occupants in the town, and that the other being his elderly uncle. He said that the town had been going downhill for quite a while, and that the surge of ghosts and strange creatures and undead had pretty much sent everybody out and deserted the town. You guys talked to him for a little bit. He didn't have a whole bunch of info, but after that, Urinin led you over in the direction of where his target was dwelling. He gave you a moment to go in there and talk to him. He was an older goblin by the name of Klex, extremely inebriated, and revealed to you pretty easily that he had had some orcs that had come by and asked him to direct them towards the ruin of Iniarv's tower. And he had. And it was after that point that the swamp had had the surge of ghosts and, demons and orcs and all of these other things. He seemed to kind of know that he had done something wrong, and after you guys finished, Yernan went in and completed the business that he had come to do. Um, you also discovered an abandoned home that had a drawer full of Miramol creatures that had had the mushrooms shaved from their backs. Um, Davi, you kind of gave everybody their last rites, including Klex and them Miramals and all this, that, and the other, and kind of took care of everything. Everybody else kind of kept their distance and watched. Um, and after a long rest, you guys headed back into the swamp. Thanks to your acquisition of the boat and your previous experience navigating the swamp, your journey was pretty smooth. You managed to avoid any encounters and made it to the edge in Inyarb's tower within a day. The tower you found was this kind of strange transplanal territory. Aspects of the ruin were still very crumbly, while other parts had kind of been pieced together by this strange blue spectral material. The occupants inside were primarily human, but ghosts, and they seemed like the other occupants of the swamp seemed completely engulfed in this ancient battle that they were continuing to fight. Davi sent a few souls to rest, dispersing of those that were accepting of her blessing, while the rest of you went on. While some of you went on to explore the tower proper. Jacobus and Cog, through a bit of investigation and thought, Jacobus managed to open a secret passageway down like towards a spiring staircase, with only Cog to witness, and did not question how all that went down. But whatever.
But wait, I have questions.
So. You headed down the spiraling staircase with the blue lanterns above. And when we left off, you found yourself at the foot of the stairwell. This area is also well lit by a number of the hanging lanterns that swing slightly under the barrage of the blue orbs that are occupying them, bouncing back and forth, hitting the sides. It casts this, shifting blue light over all of these taxidermy creatures that are in the hall before you. Each of the animals is an amalgamation, this kind of bastardization of some other creature that it once was. You see a cat with owl wings, a horse with a lion's head, some cross between a fox and a ferret, a deer with an octopus arms where its antlers once were, a bear that's sitting in the squat position with ape-like arms, a rhino that appears to have a unicorn's horn and mane, an alligator with toed legs attached to its hind quarter, and a snake that's covered in fur. As you guys kind of crowd around the entrance and peer in, Cog and Davi, you actually note that some of the animals are in better states of care than others. The snake, for example, that's covered in fur, a large portion of its body has actually been smashed flat and just kind of crumpled in. The alligator, the bottom jaw looks like it's been broken and it's missing most of its teeth. And on the wall where a bear head is mounted, there's actually a battle axe that has been lodged between its eyes. So, despite all of your tokens kind of being all over the place, you guys are all kind of right up here at the entrance still. Nobody's been thrown out into the middle of the room. So you can, figure out what you want to do.
First off, it says in our notes from last week that Jacob should check for traps. Why,
but we decided that was a two-faced thing. So Davi was supposed to use perception for something, and Jackie was going to use investigation for something.
I'm glad you coordinated this very well.
I was finding them, I think, and he was removing them.
I think that's the idea, because his perception is crap.
Yeah, that's why I was going to assist.
I have feelings.
Do you?
Know.
One.
Should I roll a
feeling?
perception check?
He has one feeling.
I thought you said you had Felix. I'm like, well, yeah, you are Felix.
Y'all are a mess.
Guilty.
So, what do you
Yeah.
guys want to do?
We can't
Shall I
even see
roll
CAG
perception
anymore.
to see if I can find traps?
Who's in front?
Yeah,
Are
I
we
think
in the
so.
room? Did we go in the room? Who's in the room?
I think-
Dobby's up
okay.
front.
So, as of last week, the descent order was
There we
Davi, Yernan, Cog, Jackie, Leo, Rafferty, Urlith. So, Davi is in the very front with Uranin
I
and
can't
Cog right
believe
behind
I'm
her.
all the way at the frickin' back.
It's because you're a ranged character.
Yeah,
From
whatever.
Have
range.
a long range.
I know, but it
We are
really
physically gonna keep you
bugs
away
me.
from things, so you have to attack them from range.
I got it. I don't
You're
need your
welcome.
assistance.
I hope Kega took hold person so he can keep you from running up to them.
No, we need our tank.
Oh no.
Can I do a
So.
perception check to look for traps?
Sure,
Oh my.
go for it.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
goes.
Oh, that smells good.
So you don't notice anything that strikes you as any kind of physical trap. You know, you do the nature of the room definitely kind of, something's definitely odd here, but you don't notice any pressure plates or anything like that. There doesn't appear to be any physical mechanism that's off with this room.
I don't see anything, guys, but hopefully there's not.
Sweet.
I love how Casta is a hand talker. She's like, oh, like you don't see anything.
I always feel like this is me in real life.
I love it. It's adorable.
So yeah, you don't see, like, there are no pressure plates, no levers, no odd variances in the floor, but between the broken jaw and the smash, it's you don't quite feel at ease, but you're not quite sure what's going on here. So
Are we in immediate danger by any of these amalgamation creatures, or are they all sort of dead?
We're probably in great danger, but we don't know yet.
So since you're in the back, you can't really see, but from what Davi can see, they are all still. They do appear to be, taxidermy of sorts. They have kind of these glassy, unmoving eyes.
Oh, that's right.
Wait,
I
hold
wanted to
on.
look at them and I can't see them. Can we move so I can look at them, please?
Wait, what?
Dobby's
are-
just gonna
what
start
animals are
striding
there?
forward.
What animals are there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Quickly, someone
God.
take
Okay.
notes.
They're dead. You can't turn into them.
Nope. That's not how this works. If I see
I'm
an
pretty
animal,
sure it doesn't say anything about dead animals. in this.
Doesn't
So he
say
can
anything
turn
about a
into
live
an alligator
animal.
with a broken jaw.
That,
Okay. Animals: cat, horse, fox, deer. We'll go with bear, rhino, alligator, snake.
Oh no, you gave him rhino.
There's definitely a horse in that picture.
Yeah, that's oh, there is a horse. Who did I say said the horse? Yeah, that is the horse. It's cat, horse, fox. Okay. So, Davi, you're heading in?
Yeah,
Okay. So
Yeah.
Davi starts to move down the stairs.
I can't move myself anymore.
Weird. Let me see.
My whole window locked up, so I think I may
Ooh.
have crapped out.
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
Hold on. I can't touch anything
I
either.
can't touch anything either.
No.
Roll 20 is great.
20.
Oh,
Roll
it's
20
moving.
has
Let me
been
reload.
Hey, I
Roll
got
20
it.
was not acting right
That's
when I
moving.
first logged in, so make me it.
So
It's redoing everything I did.
Ooh, page
Dottie's
is
not going across the
unresponsive.
middle of that rug just to make sure there's. She'll poke at it, make sure there's no holes or anything,
Okay.
like pit traps or.
Let me see if I can get mine to reload because I'm completely frozen.
Um,
I'll delete things as we go along.
You're
Maybe that'll
still
make
eating
it-
on camera, so I don't know what your earlier protest was about, Leah.
I wasn't eating. I was making a cup of tea.
You literally put something in your mouth.
Yes, it was a spoon. I was licking my spoon off.
You were eating a spoon on camera.
I wasn't eating a spoon. I was licking the spoon off so I could
That is
set it
worse.
down. How is that worse?
Come on.
And it would have been
Anthony.
very, very awkward to eat Acapulco steak tacos with lime slaw on camera. It was awkward to eat it not on camera. See, it says page is not responsive. What the hell?
Yeah, mine's
working
going
again.
super slow. Page is unresponsive.
Yeah, roll 20's being a bitch. Got my.
Let me try again.
I was
My
wondering if
biscuit.
those turned down these bars, just static and noise.
I love my mug.
Well, this is really killing the suspense, roll 20. Come on.
Yeah, roll 20. Get it together. Oh no, Paige is unresponsive. Wait. Has like everybody playing frickin' roll 20 tonight or what?
Hear a child crying in the distance.
Maybe the map is too big.
Can I mute this music?
Yeah,
turn
if
it
you
down.
right click on it,
We already did.
How do you do that?
Right click on the username.
the groovy dude.
I don't even hear it at all anymore.
I
Yeah,
put
you
mine
got
down to
very
like
quiet.
4.
That song you
Ah,
changed to was
thank
very
you.
quiet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
my gosh.
I just can't. It's too much. And besides, I don't understand the thunderstorm underground anyway. There's that.
You don't have to understand.
It's ruining my mojo.
Wait, who muted? You server muted it?
Oh no, I don't know.
You
Just-
definitely server muted it.
Yeah, you muted in the wrong place.
Mute it for
Well,
yourself.
In the username list.
How do I do that?
Oh my gosh.
It's
Okay.
on the right. Oh my god, we cannot do this again.
Okay.
Just right click on
I'm
it,
gonna.
select mute, not the red one.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. In the interest of trying to make things roll faster, we're gonna slowly delete things as we go. So I'm getting rid of the rugs. We'll see if that helps. Okay. Is everybody working, or are we having?
No,
Issues.
Yeah,
it's
I think so.
definitely not working. But I'm gonna refresh one time, and then honestly, I mean, it really doesn't
Baby, you
matter
gotta
if we
go to
can
Yeah, I was
daddy.
gonna
see
say I
it.
don't hear the music
You
anymore.
have to.
So
You have to go to daddy, baby. Baby, hey, Cog.
He's gotten up, so I'm sure he's on his way to you.
Sorry. Okay. Any luck, Leah?
It's still refreshing.
Let's reload the page.
That's what I'm doing. It's still reloading.
We'll delete.
And then it's page is unresponsive.
Delete
Wait.
Leah, yeah, you're right.
But it was doing that even before before we were in the room or anything like that. So I don't think it's the stuff. I
Well,
think
the
it's
stuff
just
is
roll
still
20.
there, it's just hidden. Still loaded it.
Page is unresponsive. Page is unresponsive. Blah blah blah.
Turn off the porn in the other tab.
So rude. Oh? What is this? Oi! Hello.
Did we get
Hi.
it?
No, it all disappeared. So, but it
Well,
says
you-
it's loading, gathering steam, determining scale sizes. Maybe it'll be there.
Okay. Maybe we're closer.
Maybe
I doubt it.
we shall see.
Slowly deleting things.
I lost. I popped out your lith and
She started with the loot.
Yeah.
that's a shame.
What'd I
really
miss?
wanted the loot.
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Cast deleted all the loot on the map to see if it loaded better.
Yeah. I'm trying to delete stuff.
It might be the vision stuff, like dynamic lighting and whatnot.
I guess I could like. I don't know how to.
I can kill Fog of War.
That seems like it would.
It kind of reveals the whole map, though.
Yeah. Can you set it to like only be manually revealed and not do any kind of weird line of sight calculations.
I think so.
Why
Oh, I
does
lost
Discord
Leah.
look like a little green button?
There's dim
no,
light
I don't want you to.
reveals. What if I take that off?
I don't want to be signed in. I want to exit
Hold on.
that. Exit.
Get into dynamic lighting. I'm sorry, Leah.
No, it's not you. It's clearly the roll 20.
Well,
Is there a skip track on Groovy?
I think dash next.
Because I'm gonna go with Leah and say that it's a little weird to have a thunderstorm.
I mean, it's kind of it's blowing the whole mood, man.
Here we
Oh,
go.
look, now an abandoned shack. It's the next one.
No, it's just windy. There's no thunder. It's much better. It's very drafty down here. That works.
oh my gosh,
very
now I'm stuck on loading. I made a mistake.
Me too. It's okay.
I'm fine. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I'm doing okay too.
It's the
Um,
Well,
most
we're
ex-
so proud of you.
I don't believe you.
I'm just
I
gonna
will launch a
close
complaint that it doesn't snap to grid though. We're all off.
Yeah, grid was turned off because the map is way too big. Should I say that
Alright,
out
I'm
loud?
It's
just
tiny. They're like 2 rooms.
Yeah, right. That's why we're
I keep
lagging.
trying to get.
It's this room and the next room, which is the entire map.
Okay, I finally got it.
Found this underdark.
I
Underdark
just
2.
started over from scratch because this is clearly just
Leo's level 1.
not like that, you weirdo.
Okay.
The rugs have vanished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You poked him
I
too hard.
deleted them
I poked them too hard.
as we
Pretty sure
as
it
we
was nothing
creep
under them.
through. As we creep through, I'm gonna try deleting stuff behind us, and hopefully that'll help.
But who cannot move?
I
fine.
cannot
Leah
do
can't even get the
anything.
page to
I
load,
can't
apparently.
Leah
even get the
can't
page
load.
to load.
Are we sure?
We'll take
or
screenshots
or
and
she's
put them in Discord for you.
staring at a black?
No, it says roll 20 loading, and my camera's not on. I mean, nothing works. I can't click on anything. I can't get character sheets. I can't do anything.
Have you tried to
I
I don't
refresh
see
at
Kate
all?
anymore either.
I closed the entire tab
Whoa,
and
whoa!
logged in from the
Calm,
beginning.
calm yourself. I'm legit trying to help you.
Well, I don't know where you've been.
It's handling children.
Okay,
Maybe try
Let's do
closing the
this.
whole browser if you haven't.
Well,
He
I
wants you
haven't
to crash,
closed
Leah.
the
Get
whole
him.
I haven't closed
Let's
the whole
do
browser,
this.
but I'm gonna
I can just turn off dynamic lighting.
Yeah, do that because it's still on. That'll probably help a bunch.
I'm gonna close the whole browser.
is that going to reveal everything?
No,
no.
it's just you. It will reveal everything in the area you reveal.
Oh,
Instead of
okay.
like standing, if you stand in a nook here, it'll dynamic. It'll half shade that thing, and now it just shows the whole thing. And also that made everything run a lot faster. I don't have a second lag scrolling the map anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna try again from scratch.
Okay, yeah.
Try refreshing.
Hopefully it'll work now.
And if I have to restart my daggone computer, I guess I'll do that too.
Well, I think
God, we on
it
time
may
for
work
this.
better now.
Restart your computer in your own time.
Alright, I'll ask Casta and Davi. I guess I'm gonna restart my whole computer.
What?
No.
Nothing. Don't do anything. Oh my god.
Hit reconnect. Because I can't see Gag.
Yeah, he reconnected because he couldn't see you.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
everything's running a lot faster for me now with.
Now
Yeah,
I
that
don't see
that
anybody
lighting off
but,
really helped.
but Tab, and he's like 10 feet away from me, so I don't
Well,
need
I'm
to see
sorry
him.
you have to see me.
Casta's not even logged in for me now.
No, I just reloaded. It told me that I lost my connection to the
Okay,
server.
I'm back. I
Okay.
am back.
Okay, so we all good?
Trying to, well,
I see Casta. I
Yeah,
don't see
can
Felix.
see- I don't see
trying to
Felix or
find
Ela.
the
I think the
trying to
dynamic
find
lighting
other-
is neat, but I think that might be not something we need.
Yeah,
Yep.
a killer.
We'll keep track of what's too dark.
Okay, let me get my character sheets back out.
At least we know what caused the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, because I could do everything before, but it was not responsive at least.
No.
Okay, so today we learned the limitations of Roll20.
Surprise!
Really, the limitations of Leah's computer.
Listen, mine was sucking, so.
Your
Yeah,
computer
I
doesn't
mean,
have
it
a
wasn't
video
just
card.
Me.
Okay.
It
I can
wasn't
see
just
Leah
me.
and Casta and
I
Cab.
can see Leah and Davi
Keg.
and
Felix is gone.
Tab
Yeah,
and
I can't see
Casta
Felix or
and
Kag.
Felix is gone and Kaga is gone.
I only see
Felix is very
tab.
gone.
That's all you need.
That's
Yeah.
all
Okay.
you need, Kag.
So we're all back? Okay, so
What is
Davi.
that?
I don't know what that was.
So goes.
It was cute.
Finger twiddles.
So,
Does
Davi,
anybody want a
you.
dog? You can have ours.
No.
Oh, I see Felix again.
I don't.
I do. Hi,
try.
Felix.
One last reload. Everybody's working now, though?
Yes, I can't see Kag
Except
and I can't
Kag.
see you, but
Okay, hold on.
I mean,
That's okay.
which I kind of hate, but
Well, you know.
I mean, if we could get to see you again, that would be good.
I just reloaded. We'll see if that works.
Okay.
I think I lost everybody. That's
Yeah,
okay.
we need to see Casta. That's like the most important, because then we can see the murder in her eyes before
I
we
just got
die.
Casta back.
I have.
Yeah, I got everybody.
I don't
I'm
have
missing
Felix.
Casa and I don't have Leah.
That's okay.
I don't have Casta and I don't have Kaga.
Not
My,
everybody but Felix. Now Keg went away.
I'll be role
Can
playing
you
a
play this stupid
rhino.
game?
I'm trading cards
Okay.
here, you know.
So, Davi,
Two gags and
Davi takes out into the room. The moment you step into the room, you are met with this cacophony of bellows, whines, and wails as every beast surrounding the perimeter opens its maw wide and lets out this deafening cry of pain and alarm.
Turn around and
This-
leave.
The sound continues as you notice the rhino over in the corner kind of twitch,
Kag.
its nostrils flare, and it paws its hooves, its eyes fixated on you.
Oh boy.
So, I am going to need you guys to roll for initiative.
You done fucked up.
That was fast.
If I can remember.
I did want to look. Hey, this gorilla thing. Did he get to see a gorilla thing too?
Ooh. What is that?
It's a bear, technically.
What?
Oh,
The
I
gorilla?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a
Oh my
little
gosh,
gorilla.
Cog, I don't even know how to roll for initiative on this thing now.
You select multiple things and you hit the initiative button
There's no initiative button.
at the bottom of your screen.
Oh. Do I have to roll them all at once, or can I roll them independently?
It will roll them
It's
independently.
clicking.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Why? Why?
my
Why did I roll fucking 7?
Because you're bad. You're bad at D&D.
Listen,
It kind
I
of
can't
ensures that
help.
you say a range.
Clicking initiative didn't work.
Okay.
don't
Well,
like
if you
you,
click on them
but-
individually, there's an init button at the top.
Okay.
Everybody vanished again. I'm all alone.
Yep, you vanished.
You vanished.
You vanished.
You
No,
vanished.
you vanished. Alright. Oh, Davi loaded real quick, but she's
Yeah.
gone again.
You're back.
Everybody but Cog. Sorry, Cog.
Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, now Leo disappeared.
Fuck, I lost Leo.
I couldn't see Felix.
God
Now I can see
damn it.
Felix, not Kog.
I can't see Casta. Oh, now I can't see Kag no more.
Jesus
Where did
Christ.
Cat go?
I'm going to fucking fight people. I spin around in a random direction and try to kill someone.
I got Casta back. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I can't
Rocks
see
fall
Kag,
over
but
dead.
that's
What's
fine.
closest to me
four.
that's attacking?
Okay. Who all is in the room?
I don't know. Is
Uh,
this how
We're
we're
all in
standing?
the
Are we just
room.
huddled up against the wall there? Are we
You
coming
can.
through an
So.
entrance?
Quickly,
yeah,
pack
you
it
should be
in.
coming through an entrance. Davi came in. Yernan came in. Next in line would have been Cog. Cog, do you go in?
Sure.
Okay, so Cog's in.
Whenever
Next.
everybody moves for me to go in, I will be going in. I'm not
Okay.
gonna run away.
Next is Jacobus.
I'm
Jacobus,
gonna
do you
go
head
back
in?
up the stairs.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's Pyramid Leah. I hate this
Okay.
game.
So Jacobus is in. Leo, did you go in or did you block the door and troll Eurolith?
I sidle against the wall over to the side. Yes.
Okay,
Steps.
we'll say Rafferty went in with you, and then Leah, that brings you up at the back.
Rafferty
So,
is going to
everybody-
tank.
No, he is not.
That's not a
No.
roleplay decision.
That is not.
That is a tactical decision.
That's a tactical
hey,
decision. I am responsible for this. He is going to sacrifice his body for the team.
He is going to role play that he is a nice caster that stands at the back of the group.
Oh, Cog, I have one more issue.
Yes.
For some reason, Yernan doesn't have an initiative option.
We are not having
Like
a
at
good
all?
technical.
No, we're not. I'm so
Realizing all of this.
So
I hate this
hey,
add-on.
Where's my dice? That's all.
Ah,
You don't
let's
hate
save
the
some
add-on.
time.
I hate the
Let's
add-on. Let
save
me get
some
my
time.
You
dice. Hold
just
on.
don't know how the
Roll
add-on
manually.
works. Hold on, I am
you
rolling
had 2
for him.
weeks, Kagan. Why have you not spent every day educating your wife on how to run the game?
Jesus. Alright. There.
Does he have an initiative? Is it on there?
Yes.
There's a lot of things on the initiative now. That's not us.
He just rolled a 12.
Okay. Okay, awesome. And it's in descending
Wow,
order. Okay,
even he
so
rolled better than I did.
Jacobus, as you slip in behind Davi, you notice all of these animals, an assortment of creatures around the room start to kind of twitch to life. What are you doing?
Is this a trick question?
Well, you're first in the initiative order.
Yep.
So, currently, the alligator is the only one that's within 5 feet of one of my friends.
Yes, it does. It doesn't appear to be moving at all, though.
Stab it anyway.
Sure.
Tracy, I'm gonna need you to put you in one of the grids. You cannot be there.
Is it bothering you? I'll be there because I didn't want to be on the
Oh.
rug. Even though the rugs got deleted, they were there.
These are not hexes. You cannot be on 2 of them between things.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, actually, I guess none of these creatures have even gone yet, so...
Nope, nothing's gone yet.
And they look very surprised.
Are they surprised?
They still appear to be kind of like in this half-conscious state. You can see them kind of like creaking and cracking. You know, you hear bones snapping, joints popping as they're kind of coming to life, and nobody has actually taken the move forward yet.
Except the horse just ran away.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix something.
So I can fireball this entire room and miss myself.
Fuck everyone else.
Okay. So, really important question.
Okay.
Where can Jacobus be standing that's not in fireball range, Leo?
Your fire resistance and like evasion and stuff. You're the only one that's fine. I'm not gonna fireball. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, I still think I'm just going to go for this, whatever it is that's closest here.
It's like fox ferret amalgamation.
Sure. Fox ferret
Okay.
amalgamation thing.
Okay.
That wind sound is really strange.
It's an abandoned shack.
That hits.
If we skip to the next one, we get an abandoned shack with a fireplace.
All right. So as you dash forward and slam your dagger into it, you take a substantial chunk. You can see a large portion of his body kind of falls off, and there is indeed stuffing inside that kind of starts to sag out, and it's kind of wobbling now. It's definitely doesn't look like a very hardy creature, and you've already done quite a bit of damage to it. Anything else?
Yeah, I guess I'll smack it with the demon claw too.
Okay.
I might as well finish off the teddy bear.
And that misses, unfortunately.
That's it for me.
Okay, that brings us down to Leo.
So.
Feeling the wind.
It's so quiet now.
I know it's so. I'm like, oh no.
All right. I'm going to cast.
Leo right now.
This is Leo's theme music.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Really,
And
that's
then
it?
I'm gonna stand there. Yeah.
Okay.
Screw everybody else. I might die.
That is going to bring us over to this
Whatever the
deer
fuck
turns.
that is.
Deer's turn then. This deer with the octopus antlers.
Ooh,
It is actually
ooh,
going to.
Can I turn into an octopus?
No.
With an octopus
What?
antlers? With what?
It's got octopus tentacles where its antlers should be. It is going to charge at Cog and attempt to bite him.
Fuck you.
Excellent.
Given how screwed up these creatures are, how much is that going to mess him up in trying to turn into one?
He'll have
Can't
to
mess
find
me
out.
up more than I already am.
That's true.
It is only going to hit for 5, though.
Is that an attack?
Yeah,
is
the
it-
attack's 5.
Okay, so that's a
Definitely.
miss.
Yeah. So it misses entirely, and that's going to end its turn, which brings us to this bear bamboon creature, which is going to come out here and is going to make an attack at Davi.
Good luck.
That's going to
No,
hit
he
for
rolls a
15.
natural. I have a 20 armor class. No.
Missing. Which brings us the giant weasel thing that is going to strike at Jacobus for a crit of 25. So
Ow.
that's actually going to do 40 damage. Is that right?
Oh my god!
That's great.
So I'm
She's
going
still
to
alive.
use-
It's okay.
Holy cow!
She's got 40 hit
That
points.
can't be
use
right.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
Thank God for that.
Yeah,
So-
that's right.
So I only lose
That's
2/3
right.
of my hit points.
What the fuck?
Ducky's over there
She
laughing.
did ask if he wanted to reroll.
Can't hit us, and the other one like goes for Jacob's groin.
Yeah, it is currently attached to his dick, and he's like uncanny dodging his balls all over the place.
Alright, well, we asked this morning. I take it back.
That we'll never get rid
I'm
of.
okay not dying.
Pack it
I
up,
was kinda
we're leaving.
expecting to make it through the first round.
I didn't know we were going to be ghosts after this.
I mean,
It's
we
okay. She
can-
probably
Oh
put
my
the boss
gosh.
monsters first in the dungeon. It's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
We're so fucked.
This is. I feel like that has to be wrong. This is a CR1 creature. Is it just because
wrong.
Like,
It's just
What
because he
creature
crit.
is it?
it's a giant weasel. It's supposed to hit for 8d4 plus 4, but it crit. The average is supposed to be 24, so I guess that's right. Guess you just got really unlucky. I'm so sorry, Jacobus.
Don't be sorry.
So
A giant visa is 1d4 plus 3. It says on.
then what is going
It's
on
an
here? Oh wait,
it's a CR1
Oh, that's
giant
right.
weasel.
I scaled it.
Oh, you scaled it. Oh,
I scaled it. Okay.
it makes
So
that
that
math
may
on
be an
that may not
inaccurate
actually
scale.
work very well.
Yeah, I don't think that worked well. Okay, so hold on. That says it'd be 30. Let's bring that down to.
Oh, fuck it. Let's do this.
So the scale doesn't work.
My body
That
is
point
ready.
ridiculous.
It's supposed to be
It's
1d4.
clearly not.
And Cag will use all
Hold on,
his
let me look it
spell
up.
slots to heal.
Oh, God.
Hold on. let me look up a
I like
real
the man
giant
at the
weasel
end
real
of this. We fight like a scaled
Oh
up
my
giant
gosh.
weasel, like CR20 or something.
No big deal. It's just gonna do
Okay.
40
Okay,
d4. It's
64
fine.
d4.
1d4
damage.
plus 3. Okay, hold on. Let's do that. Okay, let's make that 14 instead. We're going to
14
adjust
is
him. 14
before or
damage.
after?
Yeah, 14
That's
damage.
much
That's
better.
not halved. 14 total and then half it. I'm gonna up it to 1d6 instead of whatever it is. And then I'm gonna check the others carefully as we continue. So scaling thing doesn't work. So that's gonna bring us to Urinin.
I think when it's like a low level thing and it has a small hit dice, and I think it just adds on them. So that probably
my
does not
gosh.
scale very well as much as hit points and stuff.
Yeah, that definitely did not work as I expected.
It might work better if you start with like a CR1 and then scale those up.
Hold on, where on earth is Urinin in my throne?
He's right
This
there,
is
dude.
not-
You just
It's
click
in the
on him.
middle.
He's got his attacks on macros.
I know, but I want to be able to see his thing. Hold on.
Has Kega seen this entire map already? Is he cheating?
He did. He has seen the map, but not filled because he saw the map and he was the one that was like, well, let me outline it and do the dynamic lighting thingy, and he did like these red lines, and so we can
Good
blame
job,
Kai for
Kega.
the dynamic
Glad we disabled that.
dynamic lighting. Okay, so Urnin is going to move forward to here and is going to hold out his hand. A long sword is going to appear in his hand, and he is going to
Nice
swipe
trick.
at the gorilla bear thing for 16, which I believe hits. Double checking.
Gorilla bear. Rawr.
Oh my gosh, I don't like this thing. Hold on.
I was gonna say one of us can run Yurnan too, but I don't know if it's set up weird now.
I think it should be okay. I may get somebody to run Urnin. Let me see.
Just not Felix. He'll get him
Okay.
killed.
So it does hit.
Seems like Tab would be the best one to run Irnan.
Okay.
Felix will be like,
Alright.
he ran in front of my sword. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Takes a chunk out of him. That brings us to the cat creature.
Whatever
It's
that
going
thing
to
is.
Move over here, and it's going to take an attack at Urnin, which is going to miss. That's going to bring us to the horse creature, which is going to move down towards Jacobus.
Oh no.
They're
and
gonna
it's
all
going
get
to
Jackie.
attack for 13.
Nope.
Okay, so that misses. And then the rhino is going to start moving forward this way. Okay, and that's going to bring us around to Yukog.
I am going to primal savagery this deer who tried to gore me.
Okay.
He tried to gore you with some octopus tentacles. Good luck with that.
That is a
Slaps you in the
10.
face. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I preferred. I
You
don't.
just click on
Max,
him. You just
Leave
click on
me
him.
alone. Do not chastise me right now.
It's
10
the,
misses.
okay. She doesn't even
You're
know what the
doing
AC
an
is. She's
awesome
just telling me
job,
it misses.
Casa.
No, it really does. It does miss. Kike's trying to convince me that I should digitize more things. I've decided that I hate it. I'm old-fashioned.
No,
Okay, Leah, your
no,
turn.
It's
I
just
would roll
different.
damage.
Oh
much
my
possible.
god, it's my turn.
It's your
You
turn.
do you, girl.
Okay. Rhino, I'm gonna.
Charge
I
at
am
it.
And hit it
I'm
with your
gonna
bow.
Charge. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the rhino creature.
Okay.
And then. Oh, well, I don't know why I did that. But anyway, and then I'm going to shoot it with my bow. Can I see it from where I'm at?
Let me see. Where are you? Yeah, you can see it.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow.
Okay.
And
For it.
27.
What
And
the
that
fuck
hits.
is that?
I was gonna say that fucking hits.
All right.
Alright, so 13 damage, 8 piercing.
And you hit him just like square in the shoulder, and you can see he kind of he starts to like look a little bit limp on one with one of his legs. It definitely was a solid shot. Okay, Jacobus, we're back around to you.
Oh wait, hey. Woohoo.
Oh yes,
Can I,
yes.
I am gonna move my bird.
Okay, yes, your bird. Good call.
What Well, actually, is she within striking distance of this alligator creature?
So the alligator creature actually isn't moving. You haven't seen it. It's kind of twitching, but with the broken jaw and everything, it almost looks like a kind of like a malfunctioning, mechanism of some sort.
Okay,
It
so I
can't
can
quite
only
function.
move her and she cannot attack. Is that right?
I think
Or
She has a move and attack on her turn, and if she's next to somebody when you attack, she can attack on your turn.
okay. Well, she's not next to anything, so I'm gonna move her.
Okay.
What's the weasel creature?
This one, the foxy weasel creature thing over by is the orange thing over by Jacobus.
Okay, so I'm not gonna get the bird to it. So I'm gonna move the bird over to this deer thing, and she's going to attack the deer that tried to gore cat.
Okay.
13.
That hits.
All right, awesome. 6 piercings plus 3 piercings, so 9.
All right. So she comes down, just like takes it. She grabs it with the beak and takes a large rip. And once again, you start to see stuffing kind of start to fall out. And the deer is also looking extremely vulnerable at this point. None of them seem to be very substantial in terms of their internal makeup.
Except for the weasel.
Except for the weasel.
Except for
The
the
weasel
weasel
is
that is
scaled.
all about Jackson.
Best of 'em all.
It's actually been
Weasel
taking
scaled.
steroids for 3 years.
Fairly poorly. Okay.
This
It
is
brings us
my
back around to Leo.
moment.
I have good news. Nothing else in here is scaled. So. Okay, Leo, your turn.
I think you mean Jacobus.
Yeah, you skipped Felix.
Oh, did I
You-
skip to?
you rolled
Oh,
past me.
darn. Yeah, I already went by.
That's
Okay,
okay.
so Jacobus.
I'm gonna stab this weasel thing that tried to eat my balls.
I do not blame you.
The visuals
Oh my
that go
gosh.
along with this conversation in my head are just
Okay,
terrible.
that hits.
No sneak attack damage though.
All right,
Wow.
but that is still enough. You go and you take at him once more, and you just completely render it open, and it just kind of falls apart into 2 pieces, and it continues to twitch, but it can't get any kind of friction or grasp to do anything further.
He hit that with extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Has that deer thing been damaged yet at all? Or
The deer thing behind you, yes, it's
Okay.
looking pretty rough.
okay, I'm gonna try to hit it with the demon claw then on my.
Okay.
Why is the hunter's mark just randomly out in
That
the middle of
hits.
the floor?
So that will get sneak
Good to
attack,
have.
right?
Yes, because it's flanked.
It's because that thing is huge and it takes up 9 squares.
All
That's the
right.
top
So
right.
as you turn around
Oh.
and you slash into the deer, once again you see it as it kind of just, sunders and falls apart, leaving one more thing down on the ground and kind of like this heap. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
Is that a
Like
bonus
what?
action?
Yeah.
'Cause you
Oh,
used
yeah,
a bonus
you're right.
action.
You're right. Never mind. I'm not going to disengage. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to stand there and let this horse eat me.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Leo.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Kega now.
Woo!
Oh wait, do we have
Ah.
Rafferty even up here?
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
No,
okay.
he didn't
I'll go
roll
on
initiative for
wrong.
him. Because
Sorry.
Kega's falling down.
Hold on. I Eldritch Blast. Let me roll it.
You can shove in Rafferty before me if you
Can,
want him.
can we
to
just
be
make
part of things.
Rafferty go on my turn?
Yeah, we'll just let him go next time.
Okay.
Okay,
That would be
Leo.
easiest, probably.
I'm gonna fireball at the horse.
Okay.
I thought he said fireball, and I was like, wait,
I
what?
did too. Okay, that hits.
Yeah, big difference between fireball and firebolt.
All right. As you shoot and
Yeah.
fireball this horse, it does an extreme amount of damage. You watch as it just whoosh goes up in flames. Kind of, like twitches, falls back for a moment, and just collapses over in a smoldering heap.
Hell yeah.
So,
I'm gonna step
Anything
over in
else?
the corner here and stand right in the corner. As far in the corner as I
Okay.
possibly can.
All right. That
Yeah,
brings
yeah.
us over to this baboon bear's
How
turn.
come that thing has attacked me twice and I've never got to hit it?
Are you on the map?
Ooh, I don't know. Are you on
You
the
you
thing?
did roll initiative, so that's why.
So
I
you
did roll initiative. I was the first one.
You need to click on the token.
I did click on the token.
You're not initiative anymore. Cass has deleted you. She didn't
I
like
was the
clerics.
first one to roll.
Okay,
And
so
you rolled the same thing twice.
I did.
he only hit for 13, which misses anyway, so we'll let you go twice real quick, Dobby.
Woohoo! Okay. She will just
Gotta fit
simply
your
bash it
names
with
on.
her battle axe, except she is using her shield, so this will be 1d, one-handed. Oh, that was
Okay.
great.
Unfortunately, that time it misses.
I'll go for my second one.
With your war thing. Or do you have more than one?
I could, but I don't want to use it yet.
Okay, that hits.
Do you have 2 attacks?
No, but she skipped me last time, so I'm good to go again. So. Which
Fine.
was-
All right.
I'm just
come in
tearing
with
it
a
up
battle
here,
axe.
okay?
Yeah, you're doing great.
And you get a good shave off of it, but it does appear to still be, I mean, being that it's a
You're
bear
awfully
gorilla
hairy.
thing.
Come on.
It's pretty hardy. It's hardier than a lot of the things, so it does still look in pretty good shape. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yernin is going to follow suit and continue attacking this bamboo thing. Both hands on his longsword. He's going to slash down at it.
It really looks like that cat is laying on Erin's health
Yeah.
bar.
And that is going to hit. Okay, so he gets a pretty solid hit in, and it is starting to look pretty rough at this point. It's one of its arms is kind of like hanging loosely from the joint. Brings us to the cat's turn that is sleeping on his shoulders. He's going to attack Yernin.
Wow.
And misses, which brings us to the rhino. He's going to move over towards our dear Jacobus and
Run.
attempt
Dear
to
Jacob.
grab him with the horn. That attack is going to be 24.
Yeah, that
Ow.
hits.
Okay, for 10 points of damage.
For 5
Um,
points of damage because I'm going to uncanny dodge.
All right. Kag, that brings us back around to you.
Woo! Get the fuck out of my way, bird.
I'm
It's a
assuming you can walk
bird.
under the bird.
I like
Yeah.
punch it in the face and I climb through.
Hey, she helped you with that deer.
Roll
Thank
damage
you
on the
very
bird.
much.
Did it? So with the firebolt? Did it do more damage to the like?
Yes.
I think she described it as extreme.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use produce flame on
Okay.
the rhino
And pet
Okay.
it.
and pet it, which I probably could have thrown it, but whatever. 15.
That hits.
12.
All right. So you reach out and touch it with your hands, and you watch as this dried out corpse filled with stuffing just whoosh lights. It catches very quickly, completely engulfing the rhino, as it also falls into
Yeah,
a heap
bitch.
of flames.
They're weak to fire. You're next,
All
cat.
right. Anything else, Kag?
No, druids don't get bonus actions, so I'm just gonna stand here.
Okay. Leah, you could shift into a toad.
The rhino's dead.
Yes, the rhino's dead. All
Cat and
that's left
gorilla's
that's
still that way.
moving is the cat and the gorilla.
Okay, I'm gonna move the hunter's mark to the gorilla,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna shoot it.
All right.
And that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
You know you have your longbow.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got a longbow.
Yeah, why am I not using my longbow?
That's a very good
That's
question.
a
That's
question
why
only you can
I
answer.
don't know.
that was my observation.
I forgot about it, but I'm gonna shoot it with the short bow since I did it anyway.
She's actually
Oops.
dual wielding her bows.
Yeah.
I have them both. On
It
my, I
works.
mean,
It
they're
works
both
better
strapped
in
to my
melee
back.
when she like.
Strangles it.
She could get him.
She's actually multi-classing barbarian next level.
Okay, 11
All right.
damage.
So it takes it in the other shoulder. Now both of its arms kind of like dangling limply.
Lovely.
It is definitely looking rough.
Awesome. That is
Anything
what we
else,
wanted.
Yearlith?
Yes, I'm going to move the bird over to the how she's got enough space,
Yeah, you can. She can
right?
attack
Yeah.
diagonally. You may in the future you may want to move the bird first before you attack, so it can use its reaction.
Well, that's true, and I didn't think about that, but I mean, technically she can't go. She can't move until after my turn because she goes after.
Technically,
me, right?
she's supposed to have her own initiative and her own
Yes. So you can move
Well,
her before you act. We're just simplifying it by having you both go at
Okay.
the same time.
Okay, well that's fine. All right, well that's fine. I'm gonna move her now, and then I'm going to have her attack. The gorilla as well for
turn.
24.
Is that how you make her
All right,
attack?
that hits.
You yell that every time.
Well, attack!
All
You
right.
want me to do that every time? Because I so will.
So once again, she swoops down and just kind of like gets her beak like inside one of the seams and just rips up, and you watch as the gorilla just completely like falls open, just split in half, and is twitching down on the floor, leaving only the cat and Jacobus.
Get revenge.
Did the snake not come to life, I guess?
The
No,
snake is over there
crocodile.
twitching as well.
Oh, okay.
But I
Both
have
of the
seen the
animals that
snake.
looked like
They weren't in good
you've
shape.
seen the snake. It's just a normal snake.
You can turn into a stuffed snake.
All right, that hits.
He turns into a plushy snake.
Okay. So you come after the cat. You know, pretty easy to catch, pretty easy to hit. Snag it. You know, it's got a dagger sticking out of it. Looks pretty rough, but it is still kind of lumbering forward towards you.
I don't know if cats can lumber.
This one
Zombie cat scan. All right, and that is enough to finish it off. You know, you manage to just kind of like render its head off, and it also falls into a heap, leaving all of the animals completely unable to move, still kind of twitching. You know, moderately animated on the ground, but none of them are able to, you know, do anything at this point.
I suggest we light them all on fire, including the ones that did not come to life. Actually, can I take a moment and study this crocodile thing and see what I can tell about it? If it's like
Sure.
if it's like been alive at some point, or somebody made it like a teddy bear, or
Sure, go check it out. Roll an investigation check.
invest.
What are you looking at, Leo?
I don't know.
With advantage if Dobby's helping you.
Okay, that's what that was, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, I
Sweet.
could tell.
I'm great.
Okay.
It was
So looking it over, you know, it does appear to be a taxidermy creature. It does look like it was a real creature at some point. The oddness of it about it, you know, the fact that it has these gigantic, like these giant toed legs sewn onto where its hind legs were. The where they were sewn on has healed, so it appears as though that was done before the animal was deceased. The body did indeed take to the legs. You know, the bottom jaw is broken, a lot of the teeth are missing. That appears to be a more recent thing, something that happened, you know, since this thing was created. That's really all you can tell. You know,
Does
it doesn't
have
appear to be...
any like battle scars on it, or
Not really. It looks to be in pretty good shape. You know, aside from the broken jaw and everything, it doesn't have like any healed scars from when it was alive or anything.
okay?
It does appear to have been animated by magic, you know, and it is kind of like twitching, but it's, you know, it's in rough shape. You know, you're not in any danger of it coming after you. And the eyes are glassy. It doesn't appear to be alive.
I do not
It's
trust that. This is some kind of weird necromancer thing going on, guys.
So-
He's being
Yeah.
weird science. Let's burn them all and put them to peace, and they're not gonna be here when we leave.
All right.
And we still don't know that this was a Orcus thing that got us in here, right?
Nope.
Nobody knows that.
No.
Only one
Impossible
of
to
us knows that. This is me staring at someone. You know who you
You
are.
also-
Keiga, can you fire pet everything and make sure it burns down?
Yep.
Well,
I-
hang on just a second. How long is this?
Wait, how long? What?
Been
Is the
adopted?
snake?
I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
it's-
about 10, 11 inches. It's
It's
moderate.
That's
It's
a
about-
lie.
It's about 2.5 feet long. It's a pretty long. It's a pretty skinny snake. It's, you know, it's a decent size. You know, it's obviously an adult snake, but it's not like a giant snake or anything like that.
Okay, Jacobus is gonna pick it up and tie it around his waist.
Okay.
I expected him to wear it like a boa,
And it's
I can
twitching,
do that later.
it's
because he looks fabulous.
He said he'll do
So-
that later for you, Dobby.
Can
No
we burn it
problem.
now?
Yeah. You guys start
Okay,
lighting
this
things on
Jacob,
music's
are we
fire.
loud
burning it?
again.
Let's burn it. Let's burn. We're gonna burn these. Burn them.
Why? It's not alive.
Yet. Maybe it's delayed.
I mean, I agree with Leo.
You don't need them.
I mean, we don't know what's controlling them, and we don't want them to reanimate.
I think it's pretty obvious that this was a failed experiment.
I think they were all failed experiments. Yes, some of these failed experiments kind of came back to life.
Precisely.
Okay, burn it. Burn it.
But am I burning the?
Burn it down! Burn it down!
All right. I light my hands on fire and I go burn the alligator, and then I turn and I
Okay.
look at Jacobus and his snake belt. Because
Leave him in his
apparently-
snake-
He's like in WWF. I'm confused.
He's gonna wear it as a boa later for Dobby.
All right. Well,
All right. Cool.
burn everything that didn't get burned on the falling on the when we killed it at least.
Yep.
So
Okay,
don't
you move
come back.
around, touch them. They all burn pretty easily. Obviously the body components are very dried out. The stuffing on the inside, it all kind of smolders, and aside from the rugs, they're now non-existent. You have to kind of like stamp out the flames as they catch a little bit, but there's nothing else flammable. So it does a pretty neat job of making things a little bit smoky. But
Hi ho, hi ho.
kind of.
It's off towards the end of the room I go.
All right. So you head over and you find a solid steel door. It has these large bolts that are holding it firmly into place against the stone wall. The door has 5 locks across the front of it.
Okay, burn it.
Jack.
I light my hands on fire.
And do nothing to the steel door. Good job.
Hey, Jackie.
Uh oh, I lost
Knock
Felix.
it off, dum-dum.
Yeah, I
sure.
did
Yeah,
too.
I totally just.
We need you.
So, how many locks are there?
Lost
5.
All right. So, oh my gosh, I have everybody.
Should we try it?
Have everybody
I mean-
back.
Are they locked?
You can find out.
Maybe
I would
somebody
like to
should check the door.
investigate the locks.
All right, go investigate.
I'm going
Investigate the
to
logs.
investigate as well.
You
Why?
gonna
I'm
help
going-
him?
I'm going to stand a good
I'll
30
help
feet
him.
away.
I will help him.
All right, Jacobus, investigate with advantage.
I feel like Jacobus should just take this crystal so he can have advantage on investigation always.
I think we should find one for perception and give it to him.
All right. So, Jacobus, you go over and you look at each of these locks. And there are like little holes around each of them. It does appear to be locked and trapped. You also notice that around each of the locks, there are an assortment of characters that have been carved. On the first lock and the second lock and the third, actually, on all of the locks, you aren't able to identify what the characters mean. They appear to be script of some sort, some kind of language, but none of them are familiar to you. You do notice, though, that along the top of the door there's actually hidden in the design an inscription in thieves' cant that says "pick in order." Around the second lock, there is another inscription in thieves' cant that says "never trust a dragon." And around the third lock is one that says "giants can't count."
Wait, shit, I need to take notes. Well, I don't know this yet.
Can I
Okay.
take a look at the script and see if I know what this is?
Sure,
Can Davi study the stonework?
absolutely.
Is it like a language?
You know, the
Um,
fallback plan in case none of this works and it goes awry that she
Are
can
we talking
dismantle the door.
hieroglyphics or is it actually language?
So not Jacobus, Leo and Dobby, as you go up and, Dobby, you start kind of looking it over. Dobby, you do notice that you are able to make out the words around, the construction of the door doesn't seem familiar to you. It doesn't appear to be dwarven or anything. You're not, really sure its origin, but you do notice around the third lock, you're able to make out the language. It's actually written in giant, and it's the number 6.
Hey,
And
that one's
then-
in giant. It's number 6.
Leo, around the 5th lock, you recognize the celestial writing, and it says 1 or 2 or 4.
All right.
Okay,
One
can
or
I come
two
up
or
and look at
four.
these locks as well?
Yes.
Can I come up and look at these locks? I speak Common,
Hey,
Draconic, and
wait.
Elvish.
Are people sharing this as they hear this?
No.
So, yeah,
Dobby
Jacobus
did.
is actually Jacobus is going to tell you guys about the thieves' cant, right?
All right.
For sure.
Thieves can't
Your
said
lip.
what? Oh wait, hold on. Thieves
Okay.
can't said
Wait,
what?
you speak thieves can't?
Jackie, are you a thief?
How do you
Okay.
know thieves can't?
I've picked up a thing or two over my time.
I don't care.
So
Yeah,
We
no big deal.
know that he's affiliated with.
Why don't you give me my bullet
Okay.
dance later?
wait,
Yeah, I
so
already
here's
know
what we
that.
have.
What?
Jacobus. Jacobus saw in Thieves' Cant that at the top it says pick in order. Around the second lock hidden in Thieves' Cant, there is there are the words "Never trust a dragon." Around the third lock, let me know if I'm going too fast.
So that's the first and second lock.
No,
You number
along the
these.
top of the door.
Okay.
Along the top of the door, or near none of the locks, it says pick in order. On the second lock, it
And
says
or in?
like on top of the door.
Yeah, but
it
does
says
it pick in order or pick an order?
Well,
pick
I can't.
in order.
In order.
Yes. Around the second lock is never trust a dragon. Around the third lock is giants can't count. Around the fifth lock, Leo was able to read in Celestial 1 or 2 or 4. Let me know when you're ready for the next one.
Puzzles in the game.
I want to come up and look at the locks and see if I recognize the writing around any of them.
Okay.
Which one was the giant one?
The third lock is the giant one, and it says 6.
And
wait,
remember,
no,
giants
wait.
can't count.
Hold on. You said the third lock said giants can't count.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it
thieves
says
can't, but in giant it
thieves
says
can't.
6.
yes. The second lock, Eurolith notices in Draconic says 1 or 4 or 5.
Second lock.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Which-
gonna tell them that, but never trust a dragon. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Which
already knew that part.
leaves the first lock and the fourth lock that have not been deciphered.
I'm gonna look at the first or
What
fourth.
are the? I mean,
Do we recognize
I
the languages?
Those? Because I speak Elvish and Draconic.
You spotted the Draconic one. You don't see any Elvish. Cog, around the fourth lock, you notice it's Sylvan, and it says 3. Which
Okay.
leaves only the fourth lock, or the first lock, that has
We'll
some
have
script
Rafferty
still that
look
has not
too,
been
in
deciphered.
case.
Oh,
One, two.
what does Rafferty speak?
Everything technically.
Well, he has to wait for that, but yeah. Depends if we want to take the time to do that.
So as Rafferty just looks at it, he isn't able to make it out.
Okay.
Okay, so Rafferty's gonna start casting. Does he not have spell slots? How the hell does he work?
He has, yeah, he has. Well, that's a ritual, so it doesn't really matter. But he gets short rest spell slots at like 3.
Oh, weird.
He
All right.
gets them back on a short rest.
So he's gonna start casting comprehend languages ritual. So 10 minutes later, he'll
Okay.
be able to help us. So we'll start a
Okay.
clock.
Okay.
We'll all
Well,
stand
I
around
mean,
for 10
we'll
minutes.
assume that he started doing this when Jackie first went up, maybe, because obviously he would have noticed, hey, there's a bunch of languages over there we might need to do. I mean, clearly.
So as soon as,
Rafferty's a
as
little
soon as he sees
smarter
any
than-
language, you start ritual casting a 10-minute spell.
Does it tell
So-
him what the language is, or just what it says?
It's just a literal translation of any language, I think.
literal
interesting.
translation.
Must
So
be touching it, yeah.
Okay.
it doesn't blow up when he touches it.
Okay. So as he looks it over, he touches it, nothing happens. The first lock says 2 or 4.
Okay.
And the second lock is in Draconic, and it says 1 or 4 or 5, right?
Which language was the first lock in?
He doesn't
the
know, I don't think.
first lock, he doesn't know.
Okay.
He just knows what it says.
Yeah. So the first lock says 2 or 4. Second lock says 1 or 4 or 5. Third
But
lock,
never trust a dragon.
right. The third lock says 6.
But
Fourth-
giants can't count.
Right. Because there's only 5 locks. Fourth lock says 3. And the fifth lock says 1 or 2 or 4.
So I'm gonna go get some tea. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
We don't need you for this.
So is there 25413 should be right?
But you can't trust a dragon.
Right. So
Giants can't count.
So giants can't
If
count.
you can't cast a dragon, does that mean that should be 2 or 3 then?
well, the dragon
Right.
one said it was 1 or 4 or 5, right?
So I think
So what number are we missing
so.
besides?
The third lock is definitely the 5th because giants can't count.
Right.
So
And the fourth one says 3. So
the second lock says never trust a dragon, so it's 1 or 4 or 5. So it's the opposite of that, right?
So it can only be 2 or 3.
But the fourth lock says 3, so that has to be 2.
So it has to be 2.
So 5, 1, 2. No.
No, because the
Five,
first lock is 2 or 4.
3.
Okay, so
So it has to be 4
so it's got to be
Yeah, the first lock has to be 4.
because it can't be 2
So-
because the dragon lock, which is the second lock, is 2.
Right, and then
Is
the
somebody
5th
writing
lock.
this down?
Yes, if you had the notes open, you would know that.
I don't know what the notes are. Where to find
Yes,
the notes.
you do. We literally
I
have
don't
this
have a
conversation.
link.
It is stickied in the chat.
it's
We have
pinned
had this
message. We use it
conversation
every week.
every week, and you lie to me every time.
I don't know how to find it.
Oh
Ah,
my god.
willful
I don't want you reading
ignorance.
the notes.
All
You don't
right.
have to.
I
Look,
found
all
it
right.
and bookmarked it.
Irilith, start picking the middle one. We'll see what happens.
Wait, which one?
No, I'm just kidding. So
Ass.
so the order seems to be just from under the assumption that the second one is actually the opposite. It should be 5, 2, 4, 1, 3.
So it's a 5.
That's not what you guys have.
Wait, what? Okay, I guess ratios here are very confusing.
I'm very confused.
All right.
Totally baffled.
He has them by lock instead of any order that makes any sense. So 5th one. Okay. That has to be it. And then,
This is the first
Yeah,
lock
yeah,
is
this-
either 2 or 4, and you've got 5. So why is that?
what?
It has to be 4. The first lock
The
has
5th
to
lock
So-
is 1, 2, or 4.
So when talking about the messages, the locks will say the first lock is the one all the way to the left, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like you're reading a book.
Okay, then I'm confused about what's in the notes because why does it say 4th, 2nd, 5th, 3rd?
Because the first one is the number of the lock. He made the opposite of what everybody would ever use as useful.
I put it in the order of the lock, and then the order of which. Listen, fine. I will make a table.
No,
Spreadsheet.
Oh my
It
god!
should have
Put
been
an Excel sheet on it.
First lock 4. Second lock 2. Third lock.
I'm gonna try to pick lock 5.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check for me. Do you have thieves' tools?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, just checking. That was gonna make this really
I
awkward.
put them in
actually.
chat the way we want to open them. I think that seems to make sense.
God, this is a pretty color.
You said dexterity check, right?
Yes.
So he gets to add his proficiency because he has tools.
Yes.
Just the advantage because we're cheering him on.
Too bad we don't have a bard.
She just laughed in DM. No. Very
Alright.
nice.
You actually find that the lock is pretty simple. You go in to pick the 5th one, you move it very carefully, turning the tumblers, and it clicks open.
I'm
Nothing
currently
else
holding
happens.
my breath and listening. Can I hear anything impending?
You hear it click, but that's it. It's very, having had some experience with these kinds of things, Jacobus, it's very natural sound. It's exactly the reaction you would have expected from picking the lock.
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw out a quick disclaimer that I didn't pay any attention when you guys were deciding the order. I'm trusting you.
That's okay.
That's
I'm
good,
totally
because
lost.
what
I'm
could possibly
trusting
go
it
wrong?
too.
And if this is how Jacobus dies, I'm going to be very
Oh, well,
disappointed.
I'm gonna just say to
Would you rather die by giant weasel?
I mean,
That's an
came close, though.
apparently that's a reality.
I was gonna say the Dragonborn is the one who translated the dragon lock. So, I mean, and then you've got that whole thieves scan over the things to never trust a dragon. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe not supposed to trust me.
That
I
thought
read
crossed
Draconic
my
too,
mind.
so I can tell.
Okay,
I
so the fifth
also
lock
don't trust
pops.
Earless, so I know
All right.
it's true.
I'll try
Why
lock
didn't
number
you
2.
trust Earlith?
Okay,
Earlith thinks
we
Leo's
will-
great.
We'll just go on and keep the
Why
same
should you
dice
think
roll
that?
instead of having you
That's dumb.
redo it.
She
You
just
go, put your tools in, slowly tinker with the second one, and it pops open. No problem.
All right. How about lock 4?
Okay, you go and you start tinkering lock 4. There's a moment where there's a little bit of resistance. You start to get a little bit concerned, and then you turn your tools just right, and it also unlocks. No trouble.
That's evil, Castle.
I know.
Like,
I live with this woman. I just want everyone to know that and pray for me.
Listen, your revenge
pray
for the
for
dynamic
her.
lighting is coming. No, I do
right.
appreciate what you tried to do.
Lock
No, you
number
don't.
1.
Okay, you go. And once again, this one's smooth like the first 3. Just goes, no problem. Or the first 2.
And then lock number 3.
And feeling pretty confident now, you go, turn it open, and you hear zhunk as a giant bolt is sucked back into the door, and the door is now able to swing freely open.
Slice the pie, slice the pie.
Good work, guys.
All right. So what are you doing now?
Did we open the door or did we just unlock the door?
You just unlocked it.
Let's open the door.
All
I'm
right.
gonna stay back here.
Who's gonna open the door? Perhaps Davi should open the door.
Hey,
I'll
Yernan.
open the
Is this on the
door.
token layer? Is this on the
Oh,
token
yeah.
layer?
You screwed it
Erna,
all.
can you open the door?
It's on the map
I'll
layer.
open the dang door. But I'll do it with my shield, you know.
Why can't I select my door? Oh, weird.
It's on the map layer.
Okay. It was on the GM layer for some reason. Okay.
Weird.
So you open the door, and in the room beyond Davi, you see piles of snow. It appears to be about 6 inches deep, and there is just this gust, this just like torrent of wind that just hits you in the face. Thankfully, because of your boots, it doesn't seem to bother you that much. It gets you a little bit, brings a little bit of tears to your eyes. I mean, it's being in a winter storm, but you're bundled up and you're ready to go.
It's like home. Davi will go run in and just lay down and try to do a snow angel.
How cold is it for the rest of us?
It's cold. It's very cold.
Hey, rolling fireball guy. Do you have that one?
Davi's oblivious. Snow angel.
I could.
In armor, in full plate.
In
My-
full plate.
Oh, did I prepare it? Yes, I did. Okay.
Let's see.
So you want me
And then
to?
she'll be like that little lady that says, "Help me! I
I don't know.
can't
Do
fall
we
in and
need
I can't
to?
get
Do
up."
we? How? Is it like? I don't know. I don't like cold.
Cold is good.
All right.
Give me your boots and we'll see what
It's
you
like
say.
home.
So I have the spell Warding Wind prepared.
Can you link it?
Yes. But I don't believe you'll actually tell me whether it's gonna do us any good because I know you as a person. So the choice is: do we want to? All right. Irlith, go walk through that tunnel.
No, I'm gonna wait for somebody else.
I'll walk through the tunnel. I don't.
You don't count.
Oh,
Oh
well.
shit! Jacob has went in.
Okay, Jacobus starts to trudge through, falling in after Dobby. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I like how nobody healed Jacobus.
Ask me to, I would.
You got bit in the dick by a weasel.
Okay, Jacobus, you can feel the frost start to accumulate, along the edges of your shirt and everything, but you manage to push on through, just forcing yourself, continuing to make yourself move, continuing to move your joints, and continue just forge ahead after Davi, your head low, arm guarding you against the wind, and you do manage to make it through the tunnel towards the other side.
This is the
Okay, who's got the
Part where-
lowest constitutions in the group?
I don't know.
Literally everyone
Rafferty.
else.
probably
All
me.
right. Davi will take just a few minutes, and she will cast guidance, which is a cantrip, on all of them to at least give them a D4 on all their Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
I don't think guidance does anything for saving throws. Because there's another cantrip for that one.
Okay, well, I'm waiting for
Does it
some
not?
people.
It says ability check. What's an ability?
Ability
then?
checks is like
Perception or
your skills.
Oh, okay.
There's
Sorry.
a cleric cantrip called resistance that helps with saving throws.
I should have cast that on Jackie for picking the locks, but oops. Sorry.
But you didn't. All right,
no,
well,
I didn't.
we're gonna have to
You're
get through
an
this, I guess. So
Yernan continues on after you guys. You notice that he does have a little bit more trouble than Jacobus. You know, he's just lagging behind a little bit more, kind of pushing his way through. And by the time he makes it to the other side, he looks kind of weary, you know, kind of beat down.
great.
fuck, man. All right.
I should note that I have my owl with me, but on my shoulder this entire time.
Okay.
All right. Rafferty is gonna go through. He's going
Okay.
He's going to wrap his body around Kaganos.
Is this a tactical
It's going
decision
to
or a roleplay
melt.
decision?
He's
It's
going to
melt
what
into
now?
liquid water.
He is going to act as my blanket.
Okay, I need
Wait,
you
who
and
moved me
Rafferty
in
to
there?
make. I did.
Fuck.
Make Constitution saving throws.
Oh shit. All right, Rafferty, let's do this. Constitution.
Do I have anything?
So that's Rafferty.
Okay.
I should say that's me.
Why did it come up as you?
I don't know.
He controls him. It's just a player.
Oh, that was me.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Just like Jacobus, you both, you know, kind of buckle down against the wind, keep your heads low, and you do manage to push through without suffering any ill effects. You know, you're a little uncomfortable at the end. You gotta kind of, you know, warm yourself
I
up a
have
little bit.
I have a
Okay.
torch stock still, or I have several torch stock stills. That I want to try and light one of.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna send my
Hold on,
bird to
let me-
fly through the tunnel. Does she need to roll Constitution? Is there wind or is it just the snow?
Shh. I don't. There's snow and wind. Hold on. Let me. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Let me look up. Let me look at the torch stalk real quick to double check something. Which I probably should have still had handy. Okay.
Yeah, we used that about 25 sessions ago. Why don't you?
You're right. Okay. Okay. So you go and you light the torch stalk. Is that the one that exploded?
They were rumored to explode. I have not seen any evidence of them
I
actually
thought
exploding.
I thought they did, but I don't see it here.
Somebody said they could explode, but I've lit like 3 of them. None of them ever exploded.
Okay.
So
Famous
I'm gonna
last
take that as
words.
hearsay, and that it's myth, and that doesn't happen, and everything will be perfectly fine.
Okay, go for it. Did you light one?
Yes,
Okay. And
I
it does
light
not
one.
explode. So,
sweet. So I have a
Okay.
torch.
as for I guess animals make saving throws.
I would think so.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess she'll have to do a saving throw too, Eurolith. Okay. So, you know, just kind of, you know, being an autumn bird, being a little having, you know, some pretty tough plumage, she does manage to soar on through, doesn't seem to have any ill effects.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go on behind her.
Don't suck.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Chances of that happening are slim to
yeah.
none.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
All right.
No.
Unfortunately, as you trudge through, you can just feel the chill just sinking into your bones, just really making you uncomfortable. By the time you do manage to make it to the other side, but you're just fatigued in the same way that Urinin was. You are now suffering from 1 point of exhaustion.
So I'm gonna huddle real close to my torch with stick on my shoulder, hold it up by him, and pour myself, and walk through.
Are you wearing anything
Okay.
flammable?
Roll with advantage for me.
How hurt
By the
is
way-
Jackie?
I am missing
Alright.
12 hit points.
You managed
Do
to
I need
make
to
it
roll
through.
for stick too, or
No.
technically
Given
not a
that he's
bird.
given that he's like a thingy,
Celestial.
no. Yeah. Okay, and Yurlith, you have a disadvantage on ability checks now. You and Yernan both because of the point of exhaustion.
For how long?
Till you rest.
Yeah, till you rest.
Until long.
You take a long rest.
Until a long
Okay.
rest. Oh
Yep.
God.
When we get over to the other side while the others are heading over, Davi's going to cast a Cure Wounds on Jackie.
So,
I'm too exhausted to cast Cure Runes.
There, you got 8 back, Jackie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
so you guys all push through and make it over here. The first thing that you notice is that at the other end of the hall, there's actually an orc that has been suspended from the ceiling by his wrists. His head's down, he's covered in
Boy.
blood, he looks like he's been severely beaten. They're actually, the chain that's holding his wrist up is just like wrapped all around his body, around his neck a couple times, around his torso, just like, and as you come in, he like slowly lifts his head, just with really labored breathing, and looks to each of you, but doesn't say anything.
Mm.
Can Davi do a perception check to see if there's any traps?
Sure.
This went so well last time.
I should have done this a long time ago. Can someone refresh us on why we're actually here?
'Cause we
I
got
don't
told
actually
to
remember
come
why we're
here.
in this tower.
Okay. Looking around, Davi, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary that would suggest any traps. You do see that this appears to be kind of like a trophy room of some sort. Along each of the walls and these little enclaves, you have these pedestals with different items set upon them. But nothing out of the ordinary in the walls or the floor or the rugs or anything that, aside from the suspended orc at the other end.
Kind of out of the ordinary.
Definitely out of the ordinary.
Well, we'll head towards the orc.
So as you start to
I
move
don't
to the
see
orc,
anything, guys.
you actually watch as the chains start to tighten and he starts to kind of gargle and he kind of chokes out, "Please stop."
Davi will stop.
Okay.
Well,
Mm.
crap.
Is he speaking? What is he speaking?
Common.
Called out in what?
Common.
Okay.
So,
That wasn't clear. I'm just saying.
is it a metal chain?
It is. It's a metal chain.
So shooting it's probably not going to help.
He kind of clears his throat and calls over, "What are you doing here?"
We could probably ask you the same thing.
Davi, you notice that he has a red band around his arm, the same as the other orcs that you encountered in the swamp.
How'd you wander in here from the swamp?
I am the chief of my people. I was sent on a mission.
And how did you end up in this little predicament?
My people were taken by the head of this manor. I've led them astray.
That sucks. So I can't get close to you. If I do, I'm gonna kill you. So, got any ideas? Anything else you know about this room?
I haven't seen any dangers in this room. And as for my life, it was forfeit the moment I sacrificed my men.
Then why'd you tell me to stop? Because it hurts. I get that. Can anybody try to knock it down? Break the chain from here?
Do we want to break the chain, or do you want to put him out of his misery?
The only spell I have. Well, I mean,
Would you like to be released? I can release your soul so
Wait,
it's
have
not
you-
trapped here.
have you been past this, like deeper into whatever this tower is, or is this as far as you got?
I was with the others. Before I was put back here, they said that I would serve as a warning. He bet that my men would not come any closer, that they would leave rather than risk the life of their chief if they came looking for us.
Well, he didn't count on us coming, did he?
No.
Seemed to work to nobody here.
So who is he?
In Iniarv, I believe that is who I was told owns this tavern, or this tower, a servant of Orcus.
Who's Orcus?
The demon lord.
I think I knew that.
That doesn't sound
Never heard of her.
Her.
Trust nothing they say, whatever you came for. Those that are here, they made promises, and perhaps they've made promises to you as well, but they've betrayed us. They've betrayed our God.
Who's your god?
Grumsh.
What'd you come for? Doesn't seem to be anything.
Our shamans had a vision of the demons aiding us, of us taking the Fae's land. We were sent on a mission guided by the demons to deliver an item and ensure our ability to pass over and wage this war. We were told we would be welcome, but instead we've been devoured and desecrated.
I mean, it's a little late for this, but you probably shouldn't trust demons.
Our
Yeah, I think you
shamans,
figured that one out.
our shaman said it was the will of our God.
Yeah.
It'd be
You guys
really
don't
What's the
trust
item?
it either.
It seems like your shamans may have been given a false vision.
The
I'm
item was
serious.
strange. It was a hand mirror.
a hand mirror.
A mirror. Very fine, very noble, and a work of art almost.
Where'd you find it?
It was given to us by the demons, and we were told to deliver it here.
Who were you told to deliver it to?
Iniarv. We were told he would aid us, that this would be the best place for them to cross over.
Them being the demons?
Yes, that they would aid us in our conquest of the Feywild. When we came, though, they overtook us. They've tortured my men.
Do you know what they wanted? Why would they lure you here?
I don't know.
I appreciate you being so forthcoming with all this. Anyway,
If there's any hope, it's lost with us. If I cannot seek my own revenge, I would hope you would have vengeance upon those that have destroyed and wronged my clan.
well, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not
yeah, but
necess-
just generally demons just want us to just like kill the general demons to get back for you? That seems.
Those within are the ones that have taken my people.
So I have a question. Why did so you received the vision that you were to bring this mirror to Iniarv?
The shamans received the vision of us taking the Feywild and with the aid of the demons. And then we were approached by some of them and told to bring this mirror, that it would allow a hole between the planes and allow them to cross over from the material world.
Well,
who has the
now we
mirror
know
now?
why they're getting through.
Demons took it back.
Iniarv took the mirror from us when we came.
Is he colluding with the demons?
We were told that he is a servant of Orcus, but he did not seem to anticipate our arrival.
Can Davi kind of study the stonework that he's hanging from to see if
Sure.
there's any
Go for it.
weaknesses or anything she notices?
What would that be? I guess.
Um,
Trying to remember what stone cunning is. Oh, it's history.
okay, sure. You can do that if you
Stone
want to.
cunning gives me a history.
I think for this, I mean, you know,
Makes sense.
yeah, I think I would do investigation for this one.
Okay.
Okay, so looking up there, you see that it looks almost like maybe a chandelier or something hung here once. It's just kind of like this flat face with a hoop that's very strongly bolted in the ceiling. It looks sturdy. It doesn't look like it would be very easy to rip down or anything. It's all metal.
The only spell I have that's relevant is heat metal, and I feel like that's not going to have the desired effect.
No, I don't think
cooking.
that would.
But can I ask a question?
I mean, we're clearly
To
gonna kill
me
him.
or to the orc?
No, like a really quick out of character question to
Okay, go for it.
our party. Why the hell are we trying to figure out saving an orc who literally delivered something to a lich who is a servant of Orcus?
I'm
It's
totally.
Dobby.
Who's probably gonna bleed out either way.
I mean, it's kind of a shitty way to die.
Well, I mean,
It's Dobby, and she's.
Earless is
I mean, we can kill
totally
it from here.
down with just shooting it to death. I mean,
yeah,
so
so-
it's not there in misery. I mean, but I mean, we wanted to learn what we could from it first.
Yeah, are we done though?
Well, Dobby will tell.
Give us a-
Dobby will tell
Can I
the
kill
orc.
it?
She'll basically say, "Look, I don't see any way to get you down. So if you would like me to say last rites, so your soul will at least go on to whatever god you worship, I can do that for you."
If my God has mercy for the way I've betrayed my people, he will receive me for dying in battle.
I can help ease the path at least, and he will judge you himself
May you have mercy.
or she.
Should I be warned?
So Davi will give him whatever blessings she can after they. Is there anything else will put you out of your misery?
Please, do what you can to dispatch of those beyond here, and if any of my men are left, please free them and tell them to return home.
Will do.
What is your name?
Question.
Garnak.
Garnak.
Where's your home?
Material plane. Outside
Well-
Waterdeep.
Okay. The reason why I asked for his name, though, is if we talk to any orcs, we could say, we found Garnak who had been betrayed, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah,
that's
right
why I
before
asked
we
for his
murdered
name.
him.
I was gonna say it's
Well,
pretty
no.
positive thinking. I think I'm
We're
actually
go-
gonna get to the point of talking to any orcs.
We're gonna say we freed him from his misery. So,
We
let's
killed your
see.
chief.
Basically, Davi will ask Earlith, "Would you like to do the honors?"
Yeah, I can take care of it. I'll try to make this as clean as possible, Garnak.
I'll turn my back. I can't watch.
Okay.
Um,
Roll for an attack.
And then I'm going to.
She's gonna get this
Kobe
terrible
missed 4
roll,
times.
and she's gonna like hit him in the
Please
side
let
of the
me-
throat.
I'm gonna move Hunter's Mark to him.
Okay.
Stand up, aim.
I mean, and I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna switch bows. To the
Stop wiggling.
longbow.
Stop
You
wiggling.
can see his
Stop wiggling.
fists like as he closes his eyes. That hits.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
jeez.
And he's
He's
Please
fine.
let him just
Ow!
die with this.
Ow!
At the same time as she does that, Davi will take a step forward just because that
My
way,
toe!
maybe the extra damage.
you do catch him in the neck, and it does allow the blood to begin going out. And Javi, as you step forward, the chains tighten, and it just squeezes out all the faster. And you watch as he convulses for a moment before slowly falling limp within the chains.
Davi will go and say the last rites over him. Just to...
Is it done? Can I turn around? Is it done?
Javi's getting
Yeah,
a lot of use out of her priesthood lately.
She really is. This place has been great for her.
All right, I immediately investigate the room.
Okay, so around the room, you find 6 pedestals
Wait.
with
Yeah, I wanna. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, are you talking? What are you doing?
I wanna
There's a slow
investigate it.
cooker, a squid.
If that's not what you want, what are you trying to do, Kag?
I'm just looking for stuff. and
Animals.
Whatever's
He's looking for
interesting.
animals.
He's looting.
Okay.
No, I'm looking for stuff.
You find
looting.
6 items: a crown, a gauntlet, a shield, a folded set of some kind of silk cloth, a red gem, and a quill that appears to be made of a feather that looks like it could be real gold.
Okay, now I'm looting.
Okay. What are you picking up?
Wait, hold on. Give me
What
the
are you
list
doing?
of what it is.
Literally everything. We
Okay.
like shiny things.
A crown, a gauntlet, a shield, a folded blue cloth, a red gem, and a quill that looks like it may be from, like, the feather looks like it may be actual gold.
We stole a guy's PJs. Of course, we're taking everything.
Take it all.
All right, set up the hole, and we'll just like dump everything into it. Can we take the
Garage,
pedestals too?
We have a bag of holdings.
We have a portable
Anybody
hole.
have
We can
detect
take.
magic first?
Before we start grabbing things, can I see you? Can I just do a cursory look at see if anything looks magic?
Okay. You move around the room. You do notice that the well, roll an investigation check.
You mean Arcana?
Yes.
Yeah, you meant Arcana. I knew you did.
You mean
Can
the one that
Rafferty
I'm good
help
at?
Okay.
Okay, how about
So-
investigation? Let's go back to investigation.
No, I was gonna say, can Rafferty help him? Woohoo! Is anybody listening? Can Rafferty help him so he can roll with advantage?
Rafferty can assist him.
Okay, roll with advantage.
That's better.
Okay, so the crown is very finely crafted. It's got this it looks kind of like to be a darkish tarnished metal, and it's covered in this really ornate scroll work that gives it almost lacy appearance. And you do notice as you guys kind of like look in and just kind of look it over. I'm assuming you're not touching anything yet.
No.
Okay.
Not until I know what it is.
As you look it over, woven inside, you do see runes. They're very subtle. They look almost hidden, like they perhaps didn't intend for the wearer to know that they were there. But it does appear to be magical in some nature. Looking at the other things, the gauntlet, also looks very finely crafted. You can't make out any runes on it, but it has the same quality craftsmanship that you have become accustomed to seeing on magical items. Nothing else looking it over. You do notice that the quill, the feather that's on there, does appear to be like not made of gold, but like an actual feather, but it's strangely pristine. It definitely seems to come from like a higher creature. Like your first thought is like maybe like a griffin or something. It's not a bird's feather clearly. It's maybe even a celestial creature. It's something very almost divine. The folded cloth, appears normal. There doesn't seem to be anything there. The shield,
What is
you
it?
do
Is it
notice.
just folded cloth, or is it in some?
Well, he
kind of-
hasn't touched it yet, so he can't tell.
No.
The shield you do notice is it has a lot of large blemishes. It appears to be old and very heavily used. You do notice along the rim that there is something written in Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish.
And it says Clan Dardath. You also notice the symbol of a golden warhammer. It's really tarnished and kind of like beaten up and hard to tell on the shield at this point, but it is it was there at one point. And then the red gem, you notice that inside it seems to have kind of this flickering red movement. Once again, you don't see any runes from where you are, but it just kind of like with the gauntlet, you get the feeling that there's something more to this item as well.
And if I do glance at the pedestals, they're just pedestals. There's nothing special about them.
The pedestals just look like pedestals, just things to be put on.
All right.
Okay.
Based on having watched
Before we
Indiana
start
Jones.
looking over things, before we start grabbing things, guys, considering we just came from a room we had to do things in order, maybe we should just study that door before we start picking things up.
Good idea.
All right. I'm going
Davi
to
will
look
be
at
back
the
over
door.
that shield. She'll just
move the
pause.
orc.
About to pick it up.
So,
Oh.
okay. I guess I will go look at the door then, since nobody else did.
Yeah. Am I muted? No.
No,
I wanna
you're
look at the
here.
door.
You're gonna go look at the door?
Yes.
I'm helping Kega look at the door.
Okay.
I'm looking at
whoever's,
Kega to assist him in looking at the door.
Whoever's the main person, roll with investigation. Okay. Looking at the door, there's a lock. as far as you know, it's probably locked. You don't know, but there is next to the lock there is a small hole that does indicate that there's likely something else at work here, perhaps a trap or something. But you don't see any words, no kind of inscriptions or anything like that you encountered before. It just appears to be a locked door.
Jacobus, can you unlock it? Don't open it, just unlock it.
I'm gonna stand back here.
Davi will cast that, whatever that spell was that I didn't, the cantrip, guidance on
Oh yeah.
Jackie, so he gets a plus D4 to his roll.
Is Felix here? Can he hear us?
Yeah, yeah,
He's here.
yeah. He's concerned. Yeah. What's the deal with the little hole?
You can't really. Well, I mean, you can roll an investigation check too if you want.
Is it like a keyhole or just a circular hole?
Is it like pointed at like at a particular spot in the room? Or is it just a hole in the wall?
Can you look through it and see the other side?
Okay.
You put your eyeball
So
up
you
next to
have-
it.
You have the
That's
keyhole right
ridiculous.
here. And then over to the side, you see it looks almost like a slit that goes up and down. From your experience with picking locks and stuff, it strikes you as something that perhaps a dart could shoot out of, or some other kind of some kind of like projectile or something like that. That's generally where you've seen things like this before.
Felix.
Just kind of like
So-
this slender. It doesn't appear to be very big though. It's maybe like half an inch. Pretend that's converted to centimeters. Just it's a little thing. Doesn't appear to be very foreboding, but that's the most
So-
that you can make of it.
The
Will I
cat
be
wants
able
to
to-
get in your room, Casta.
Sorry.
Will I be able to
He's
try to pick the
meowing
lock
at you.
without being in front of the hole?
Yes.
More importantly, can we be able to pick the lock without anybody else being in front of the hole?
If you have to do it without being in front of the hole, you would have to roll with disadvantage.
Can
but
we
you
put
could-
Davi's shield in front of the hole?
Are
Over
you
the hole?
serious? He's gonna bother me. Okay. Anyway,
That's,
I have a
that's not
cat.
when you talk about cake.
All right. I will pretend
Can
like
we-
the hole is not there.
Okay.
And
Can
I will
we
just
cover it? Maybe. I mean, that's a.
You could try.
I'm not the professional burglar here, but
I mean, I don't know.
I didn't
Who
see
wants-
the kitty.
Who wants
I'm
to get
just gonna
blasted
stand
by
over
one
to
of
one
the
side of the wall as way as possible from that hole.
Oh, he's big.
He is. He's getting big fast too. He's a ton.
So I get an extra D4 if I need it. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go for it. It's been nice knowing you guys.
I'm pushing myself up against the wall.
Okay.
Plus
D4.
Plus
All right.
proficiency.
Plus proficiency.
So you go
Plus
and you start
3.
tinkering with it. And as with that third lock, you can feel there's a little bit of resistance at one point, and you start to push and you have this doubt and you kind of turn the tools a little bit differently, and you do manage to hear the click, and nothing comes out of the hole. You feel like you have successfully managed to pick it and bypass whatever trap system was in place.
All right.
Way to go,
So,
Jackie.
Jacob, you got it?
Thumbs up.
Davi, why don't you try lifting up that shield?
Okay. Davi will
Okay,
lift up the
I'm
shield.
actually gonna move away from the door before she picks that up.
Okay. Davi picks up the shield and nothing happens.
Yay!
Steal
just a
everything,
shield.
guys. Leave
It's-
nothing. Can we fit the pedestals?
The
Just like
shield.
leave nothing behind.
Did
Davi,
we?
as you pick up the shield. Yes.
Wait, did we? Never mind. You tell me what you're doing, and then I'll ask.
As you pick up the shield and begin to look it over, you are literally holding a piece of history in your hand. It is, looking it over in the craftsmanship, like you kind of have this moment of, it definitely strikes you as more antique than something you really want to run around and use, but like looking at how finely it's crafted, you start to think, this probably belonged to somebody important, maybe nobility or royalty, but it's really old, and it's, it's got the same, looking at the emblem of the golden warhammer, it's the same one that you saw on the dwarven ghosts outside, who you've released so many of of at this point that you've really come to recognize it. But this is definitely a piece of heritage that you have.
She will carefully pull out some of those robes and things they've stolen from wherever. She'll wrap it up very gingerly and take her time. It'll be very carefully protected. The rest of it she doesn't care about, but that will be very protected.
Okay.
We need to write these things down. That is a
Old shield.
Old
That was the
shield.
plan.
Dwarven
Clan-
shield.
Clan Dardath.
Old dwarven shield of clan. I'm guessing
I'll
gotta write
spell
something
it.
down.
Dardath.
I don't care.
Dardath.
Oh my goodness, did you get it right? Get it right.
So what's up with
I
this
did.
cloth here?
That's how I would have spelled it. So.
Well,
Leo's
what
gonna
are you
start
doing?
rolling up one of the carpets.
I'm gonna pick up the cloth,
Okay, you pick up the cloth.
and I'm gonna
Nothing
prepare myself
happens.
to get attacked by it.
You kind of shake it out. It does appear to be elven. It's made of this very fine blue material, silken. You do notice that on the back there is a rather large blood stain. The way it was folded, it was kind of hidden. But it is a very fine robe. As with Davi, it strikes you as being something from an upper class, definitely high elven, not wood elf. But it definitely appears something that was likely worn to court.
Hey, Leo,
Yes.
can you clean this blood off of this?
Is it a cubic foot?
Yep.
I cast prestidigitation on it.
And the blood disperses
Yeah.
because you have Leo the dry cleaner.
Leo, the dry cleaner.
All right. It's blue. It doesn't really go with my outfit. Whatever. I throw it around my shoulders.
Okay.
That was
Why
a robe.
don't you give it to Leo? Because he's definitely more likely to wear fussy robes than
How
you.
about we understand
wait,
what it
are
is
they-
before we start putting them on?
Wait,
You
I
know,
thought it was a-
weird mage tower where undead stuff things attack us. How about
I
we
thought
do
it-
that?
I thought it was like you said it was like a cloth, so I assumed it was like a cloak or something.
No, it's a robe. Like it's a
Oh,
robe.
it's a robe. Oh, I'm not gonna wear this
It's a
shit.
robe.
Hey, Leo, I found something for
And
you.
you notice, as you look over at Cog, you do notice that around the trim there is a gold embroidery, and it's the same emblems that you saw on the elven soldiers, just like these knotwork trees.
Leo, I don't know what this is, but it looks fancy, so it's definitely your style.
Yeah, I love robes.
Love robes. Leo says I love robes.
Goes in my boots. Elven embroidered robe goes in the bag of holding.
Okay.
We'll look at this later.
So we'll start.
You should put it on.
I'm not putting weird things on before I look them over and have a chance. It's just, you want to take 15 minutes me sitting here and studying this robe.
I want to put on the crown.
Okay. So you pick up the crown, and as you do, you are immediately drawn to it.
How come he gets to
There's
put stuff on?
just- There's just this feeling that you're
Because
like,
nobody
wow,
controls Jackie. That's
this
why.
is a nice crown. I'm sending you a PM.
Oh shit!
Jacobus is not
Whispers,
working.
whispers.
Shit, something up with that crown.
Well, Jacobus is
I
now
will-
definitely gonna murder us all.
I want to look at that red gem. I mean, Irilith likes shiny things too.
Davi got the shield. She's happy.
Leo's not
Uh,
touching anything and somebody else touched it first.
Okay.
I want to look at
So-
the red gem. Is this
Okay.
this thing over here?
Yes. You check it out. Are you picking it up? What are you doing?
I'm gonna look at it closer.
Okay. Do you want to roll an investigation check?
Sure, why not? I don't know what I'm gonna find out about it. I'm not proficient in literally anything, but sure. Let's see
You can,
what I
just
can.
you can just hand it to me as long as I don't have to touch it first.
Oh, I'm gonna know everything about this.
So, you've actually seen one of these before. Being an educated person and coming, from a little bit of the upper crust society, you oddly enough recognize this. One of your
Yay.
teachers had one of these. The one that you saw was blue. And that one actually was one of his kind of pride and joy moments at one of his adventures before he grew elderly and became a teacher and this, that, and the other. He managed to capture an elemental inside it. It was a water elemental.
So if this is an elemental trap and it's red, it might be fire.
Yeah, that would be the red elemental. You're right.
So I'm in charge of. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna point this out to Leo, and I'm gonna tell him what I know about it.
I am going to touch it.
Skadoosh.
He turns into a fire
You
elemental,
explode.
and we have to kill him.
You touch it, and nothing happens. It's just this gem with whatever is inside.
I mean, I do think that you should probably wrap it carefully before you put it away, but it might come in useful.
I stick it in my fanny pack.
Since Rafferty's right by that little quill thing, he can look at that one.
What else is
Okay.
there around?
A feather and
So-
a glove and a crown that Jacobus is apparently going crazy wearing.
Okay, I'm gonna go and look at the glove as well.
Okay. So Rafferty goes over and looks at the quill real quick. You know, as he looks it over, he's oh, actually, honey, you were in charge of his roleplay movement. So what's he doing?
He will not touch it initially. I don't know who. Cag, quit moving him.
It's tactical.
But
Okay,
he
I'm
will.
so sorry.
First, he'll just do an investigation on it and just check
Okay.
it out. Cag will have to roll because I can't.
God, roll investigation for me.
Hold on. It's hard having two different. Oh, wow, he's actually got pretty good investigation.
Glad somebody does.
Exactly.
Okay. So he looks it over, you know, and he kind of looked it over again with Leo before, you know, peeking at it once again, you know, he still doesn't see any runes or anything that would indicate it's magical. You know, the feather's very nice. You know, nothing. It's very. He can't quite derive where it might be from, or you know, very much of anything about it. But it's definitely intriguing.
So go ahead and pick it up. It's not water based, so
Stick it in the bag of holding.
yeah.
Picks it up, sticks in the bag of holding. Nothing happens. What layer am I on? Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me start.
Jacobus,
moving the
you okay
things
over
that we
there?
have.
You remember we said we shouldn't be wearing these?
He glances over his shoulder and then looks back to the crown.
But he got a tiara.
Is Jacob still wearing it?
Is he?
Yeah.
So how are you looking at something that's on your head? Just out
Wow.
of curiosity.
Not looking at it per se, but like looking
If you do it really
back
fast,
towards where I was.
it's like seeing your
Oh,
eyebrows.
crap.
Okay.
Tell you what.
So,
I
you're
got
with.
Okay.
You said you were looking at the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
What are
I
you
need
doing?
to roll again, or?
Are you just investigating it, or?
Yeah, just checking it out to see if I can see anything about it.
You guys staring at
Okay.
him.
You look it over. It's in pristine condition. It, unlike the other items that you guys have encountered in here, it doesn't appear to have necessarily seen battle or had anything bad happen to it. It's forged of some kind of silver metal, and it has like golden embellishments on it.
I don't want to touch it. Leo, do you
Hey-
want to come look at
Hey,
this?
Earlift, give it to me.
I don't want to touch it.
Somebody's got to touch it. Might as well be you.
Why me?
Because you're not me.
All right, I'm gonna. I mean, have you had a look at it? Do you think it's safe? I mean,
I mean, everything else.
I
in
mean,
here is
nothing else in
safe.
there has been unsafe, I think, looking at Jacobus and back. You just don't put it on. Just
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and hand it to
I step away.
Leo.
Okay. So you go to pick it up, and the moment you do, you immediately feel it kind of like seize to your hand, almost as though it's glued there.
Damn it!
it's fine.
Suddenly,
Keep holding it.
Just let it go.
I'm gonna try to let it go. Can I let it go?
you go, you try to move your fingers, but it is definitely stuck to your hand. You watch as this gauntlet suddenly grows teeth and goes to take a bite out of you. Let me clear our initiative.
It froze. Wait a minute. What happened? Was I able to let it go?
You were not
It
able to let
it's
it go.
biting you with its teeth.
It's going to hit for 20,
Shoot!
and that's going to be 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
17.
Can I let it go
Ow.
now?
You shouldn't
Oh,
have
does she have
put that
fingers
thing
left?
on.
You cannot let it go.
Come on.
It is glued to your hand, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh,
Jacob,
man.
cut her hand off. Cut her hand off.
This is where Kaga gets revenge for the rug.
I sit there and I beat the shit out of Irilith.
Oh my god! Why would you hit me? I have nothing to
Because
do with it.
because I was beaten during the last inanimate object attack.
Not by me. Oh no, I did hit you, but I
Cat.
punched you. I didn't hit you with anything. I just punched you.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Everybody. You're
Do
like
I
you can
get
roll
to
Where
roll
too.
that one is. I'm gonna go check.
You can. I think you're
What are you doing?
grappled. You count as grappled. So,
Can I ask a favor before we get started on this combat? Can we have a bio break?
yes, let's do that. Okay, so we'll pause
Absolutely
and come back.
I'm getting old.
That's okay. Okay, let's bio break, and then we will be right back to see if your Lith gets to keep her hand. So,
Thank you.
Son of a-
okay.
I am so mad at y'all right now. Just mad. I actually don't need a break. Oh my god.
So did you guys put that thing on or just pick it up?
No, I just went to pick the motherfucker up. And it's glued to me. And that's the last time I listened to Leo. I'm telling you that right now. I am not listening to Leo anymore. He sucks. I
Wait,
got a
he
new
told you to pick it up?
Yeah, he said pick it up and hand it here.
Oh, because he was
Or
too
he's-
afraid to pick it up himself.
I said, why I gotta pick it up? Somebody has to pick it up. I got a new stamping polish, and this stuff is hard to clean off. It is definitely potent. I'll be using cuticle barrier next time. If I ever get the black nail polish off from around my fingers, it'll be a miracle.
You're muted, Casta.
Okay, there we go. I was saying the good news is you all rolled a higher initiative than the creature. So,
Which is
creature?
shocking considering we rolled pretty poorly.
What creature? Is this
the
the
creature
gauntlet?
The one-
that's
the one on
attached to
your
your
arm.
hand.
Okay, so it's a creature. It's not actually a gauntlet or whatever glove.
Why did Tab's camera zoom automatically? That was strange.
Probably has some kind of auto zoomy stuff.
It's all fancy.
Wow.
Did you just load a shotgun? What is that?
I open a Coke.
Jesus. Like, let's fucking go, Gauntlet.
Did I give you PTSD?
It legit sounded like a weapon to me.
Oh.
I mean,
Let's
I
see.
knew it was a can opening, but I mean, geez, it was kind of loud.
Well, I'm sorry. It's a can. I can't do anything about it.
So
No, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just
Yes,
saying
you are.
it
You're
didn't sound like
talking
a
about a can
weapon.
of Coke.
I was not.
I want you to
crap-talking.
apologize to me.
Listen,
Apologize to my Coke.
No, because you are the one who got us in this mess that we are in right now.
I didn't touch the gauntlet.
so
You told me to touch the gauntlet.
I don't know why you would listen to me.
So
Yes.
I'm assuming if I cast heat metal on it, Earless is not going to be happy.
Yes.
Excuse me, I only have 17 hit points.
Well, don't
Thank
get bit
you.
again.
That's why we're
Well,
trying to
and-
kill it fast so it doesn't bite you again.
All right, I'm going to run up and Primal Savagery it.
Okay, go for it.
You're going to run up and punch Earl's hand.
Gently.
No, not the. You're not gonna punch my hand. You're gonna punch it.
Very nice. I'm going to punch
Okay,
the shit
that
out of it.
hits.
Oh, really? Those are the shittiest rolls ever.
So do I double that, or is that
No,
total?
that-
No,
is
that's
doubled.
already.
Okay.
You
All
just
right.
rolled
So you
bad.
reach out, you swipe at it, and you do find that it actually, despite the, it appears to be metal and everything, it does appear to, kind of bleed a little bit at this point. So
Stupid
it is
mimics.
indeed a creature, not an item. So,
Stupid mimics.
all right. Anything else?
Make a note to poke everything before you touch it.
Yeah, it'll just stick to your finger.
Stick.
I guess it can't attack me if I move away. So I'm gonna move.
Does it get an attack of opportunity? When it's stuck to
I
Leah's
don't
hand.
think so. We're gonna go with no. That isn't
Yeah.
specified, but we're gonna go with no since it's adhered.
I'm gonna
because it's
make
not-
room
yeah.
for someone else. So I'm moving
I don't
over
know.
here.
Thing was awfully versatile. I mean,
Like dick punches me as I
Um,
run away.
We're on the same team.
Okay, that brings us to Rafferty. So that's
Rafferty is
also
going
your
to
tag.
Eldritch Blast it.
Okay,
Wait a minute.
that hits.
What does Eldritch Blast do? Because I need.
Does
to
it have a
know.
radius?
No, it's targeted.
No, it's a hit. But
Okay.
he attacks. He can use it twice.
Oh, twice?
All right,
Do
that
I,
hits.
do I, is it 2 attacks or is it 2 damage?
Yeah, instead of like the cantrips getting more damage dice, Eldritch Blast gets more attacks.
Okay, so twice. What the
Mm.
fuck is going on?
All right.
I don't know, but why are you complaining?
Because I
So
don't
it's
want to waste all my rolls on the gauntlet that's attached to you.
Yeah, we don't need that.
You've definitely done a substantial amount of damage to it now. So Leah, it's now your turn. Do you want to attempt to break the grapple? I think I'm supposed to.
please.
Yes, I want to attempt to break the grapple.
Okay, with disadvantage.
What do I roll?
It can be strength or dexterity.
Is it athletics and acrobatics?
And
Or
with
learning up there.
disadvantage? Well,
Yes.
do you want me to do a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Is it a saving throw if you're... I think a saving throw is reactionary. You would do a check.
Grapple. Is it? Hold on. Okay.
Do you want
let's
me to-
go do a check.
Well, what is it?
Say so.
You want to... I think you do a check.
Grappled.
Grapple. Escape a grapple. Escape a grapple. You must succeed in a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check, contested by a grappler's strength athletics check.
So just a
Okay, so
normal
I
check.
could do an acrobatics check
Yes.
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Please, God, let me roll good on both.
It's
of them.
literally Leah doing this.
I can't see, but this
All
me.
right.
Get off!
So, as this thing latches to you and bites, you just have this moment of just like panic and you fling your hand and it does indeed come free and clatter onto the floor.
Get the F off me.
Get away from it.
Yeah, it'll
We'll
get your
stick it right
toes next.
there. Oh my gosh, why can't I drop it? Go down. Get off me. Okay, there we go.
Stuck
Okay.
to you too. No.
Anything that's your action, I believe. So I believe you could move, but anything else, Leah? Though you do have your bird.
Yeah, my bird is going to fly up and attack it.
Okay.
And how long has this all been?
Since it started.
Yeah, since I cast Hunter's Mark.
Ooh.
This is-
Has it been an
Um,
hour?
I don't think it's been an hour. I think it's probably been closer to like 30, 45 minutes.
I'm gonna move the Hunter's Mark over, and then I'm gonna let her hit just. But I'm gonna move the Hunter's Mark over in case I get to roll again or whatever.
Okay.
Your bird can go.
12.
There's
Uh,
thing you have bird bite it.
12 misses, unfortunately.
That sucks. Okay. Well,
So
then
it
we're
goes
done.
down, but I mean, this low gauntlet on the floor is just kind of hard to catch. So. All right.
Alright.
That brings us to Yernan, who is going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15.
It probably doesn't give a damn.
30. So moves up to here, but just can't quite make it far enough from his place in the back of the room. So that's going to bring us to you, Jacobus.
It is within 5 feet of me. Just saying.
Can we put the bird on like a tile and not just random places?
We'll stick him over here.
No, we don't. What's that red thing in the middle
So-
of the floor?
Blood.
Blood from where
I
the
have a
orc was.
question
Dead orc.
For you.
Okay.
Oh,
Its initial attack happened
to bite
before
me.
we rolled initiative.
Yes.
Does that mean that he has not yet taken a turn in this combat?
It's a surprise round, so I think he has. I don't know for sure,
Yeah, I
but given
think
that
so.
it was kind
he
of
started it. He just got around for everybody else.
yeah.
All right, fine. No.
I mean, you still
advantage,
get
I it.
advantage on it, I assume. 'Cause I mean, Leah is threatening it, sort of.
Yeah. And the
Doesn't
bird.
give me-
It's kind of
doesn't
double
give me
flank.
advantage, just gives me the sneak attack. I wanted advantage and the sneak attack.
This music is very epic for the fact that we're fighting a hand.
That misses, unfortunately.
great.
Yeah, I'm just gonna disengage and move back to my crown
Okay.
pistol here.
I'm out.
Davi, that brings us around to you.
Alright. So, can I actually get up there?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And
You can
Davi is going to move up.
25 exactly to get there. Can't move away.
Excellent. Okay. Well, that's all right. Davi is going to move up, and she is going to whack at that thing.
Okay.
Yes, that's
I
what
mean, if we
do.
take off her hand, this problem will be solved, guys.
I've already flung it off of
It's
me.
off of her hand.
That doesn't mean we can't take off her hand.
Davi is going to attack it.
We need to check Leo's alignment because I'm just
That
really
hits.
Chaotic.
chaotic. What?
All right.
Okay.
I
You slash
did
down.
not have the second part.
Getting a sizable chunk out of it. And
And
it's
then
definitely looking limp at this point.
I actually
Okay.
find that hard to believe.
Davi will use
What is your
her War Priest ability to take another hit on it.
Okay.
Don't damage
can.
it. We might be able to use it.
That hits. All right.
No, kill
And
that.
you come
little
down on it
mother-
hard. It is definitely looking very beaten at this point. The metal's kind of like, smashed in and everything, the metal. It's not doing very well. Anything else?
Nope, that's all she can do.
All right, Leo.
I am gonna ring its bell.
I get it.
Let me see.
Why is it all... This
All
can't-
right. That's a 13, so it fails its wisdom save.
So it takes 5 plus whatever this. Because it only rolled a 1 for some reason. That's weird.
All right.
So it takes 8.
And that is enough. With that, You watch as the mimic, is slowly, like, it loses its form, it slowly shapes back into this kind of, like, bulbous-looking tan thing that's just kind of splayed out on the floor.
Why'd you touch it?
Ending the mimic.
Oh. That was the thing that happened.
Is Jacobus still wearing this crown?
Yes, he is.
King at the castle.
So I've already
So-
unlocked the door.
Yes, the door's unlocked. It's not open. Hey, Jacobus, can I look at that crown? So does it bite you too?
No, it's good.
Is it though?
I mean,
Jacobus is going to
Jackie.
ask if he should open the door.
I really think you should try to take that crown off, please. Can I just look at it a little bit? I don't want to. You can hold it. I just want to look at it.
No, it's my crown. It's all good. Am I
Oh.
opening the door?
Yeah, we can wait on opening the door a little bit.
we need to talk about this crown. Attack!
Oh god.
I mean, it's on my head. It has not attacked me the way that the gauntlet attacked you. It's fine.
That was a very specific phrasing.
It did not attack me. This is the all right, Leo.
The way that it attacked.
Put on the rope.
No, thank you.
Urinin kind of looks around at the room and looks at each of you and goes, I understand what our duty is here, but I'm not entirely sure what we're walking into. Are we sure we want to proceed with these numbers and with whatever unknown lies ahead?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
now you have a problem with this? We didn't know what we was walking into when we walked in here.
Yes, well, that was before the orc told us that we were facing some number of creatures. I assumed that we would be encountering ghosts just as we did in the swamp.
well, I mean,
A
nothing
little
ventured,
further.
nothing gained.
I'm pretty sure those creatures out there were dead. They were technically ghosts.
Well, you are the demonologists, and I am here to aid you,
I'm
and I will
pretty
follow
sure they
your
were not
lead.
demons. That is my professional opinion.
Very well.
As a crack demonologist, that is.
As a seasoned demonologist.
An experienced head of
Point
the
proven.
academy.
At your lead, then.
I mean, I'm game to go forward. I mean,
Urinin, if you're
If you're
not
scared.
feeling it, you can stay here and make sure nobody comes up behind us.
He chuckles at that
I'm gonna-
crag. He goes, "It is not. I'm not afraid of death. I will, take that as it comes. I'm just unsure of what we're venturing into. But you followed me on my task, and I will follow you on yours. I will see you back to the Autumn Court as best I can."
Well, thank you for somebody that is afraid of their death. I think we're fine.
Very well.
Leo's like, I think
Well, while
this
we're
is
talking,
fine.
I'm
This is totally fine. We're walking into unknown. It's totally fine.
We just need to poke things more. Somebody have a poking stick.
So I'm gonna stand out of the way of this little dart thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look at everybody else. Are we gonna get anything that crown, or are we just leaving the crown that he refuses to take off after one of these things tried to eat another person?
Well,
I mean, to be fair, Jacobus, I really feel like you should at least show us that you can take off the crown, and it's not like eating your brain or something.
And okay,
Please, Jackie. Okay, looks good to me.
and then he's gonna start pushing the door open.
Okay,
You push the door
Bobby's
open.
happy.
Nothing
That's fine
happens.
with me.
You
Oh, wait.
reveal. I don't know what you guys can see and can't see, so let me know
I
if I'm not.
got it.
We saw a straight hallway that
I
seems to
see a
kind of be a
hallway.
T, but we can't see the T.
Okay. There's a hallway beyond. Like the other rooms, it's lit by the dangling lanterns with the blue orbs inside that are kind of knocking against the sides of the glass, making them sway lightly. Davi, you do notice that some of the tiles here are a little uneven.
Can I do a perception check to look for traps?
Sure.
Did Jacobus run into it?
I'm assuming Jacob has just opened the door.
That just did not go well. Guys, I
Okay.
can't really tell. I'm sorry. But they're a little uneven. Something's off, but I can't
I mean,
really
we can
tell
probably
why.
straighten them out.
Somebody else might want to take a look.
Prestidigitation.
Minor illusion, I make them straight.
Can you tell us? They just look uneven in general.
Yeah. Can't you see? I mean, look over,
She can tell just from looking that there does appear to be something a little bit off. Given that roll, she can't pinpoint it exactly.
Something's not right, but I can't tell you what.
All right, Rafferty's gonna go first.
No, he's not.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh my gosh.
Davi will go first.
Warlock in the.
He's
Tower
demonstrating his bravery.
She'll
Okay,
go
Davi,
first, and
lead the way.
She'll try her best to avoid whatever she saw, but given that roll.
Don't step
Okay.
on a crack.
But is there any pattern to it, or? So is Rafferty
that you
actually
can
going?
Davi, I mean, Rafferty is not coming forward.
I am in control of his tactical positioning.
That's a roleplay time. This is not combat.
It's a tactical decision to sacrifice himself.
Davi will personally tell him, "Get the hell back."
No, I can't. I have to do this for the team.
No, this is why you're not in charge of the roleplay.
All right, Yernin is going to start analyzing the ground a little bit, see what he can find. Okay, so as Yernin kind of follows along behind you, Davi, taking very careful care, he actually stops right at your side and points down to the tile in front and says, this one seems off.
Davi will avoid stepping on that one, and she'll tell everybody else, "Don't step here."
Can I mark that?
Like, as an animal with P, or...
No, like if I do this.
Sure.
Sweet.
Yernin slips over behind Davi and continues to kind of edge along this wall, keeping an eye out as you guys go. So up ahead, you come to another long T-intersection hall that appears empty. You down to the left, Davi. Why can't I pick up my guy now? Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. You hear a very distant noise. It's kind of like a low rumble of chatter of some sort, Looking down that hall, you can see that there's another door there, another steel door that appears to be dampening the sound, but there's definitely commotion going down to the left. Down to the right, you see another wall. There is no door that way, and it's silent.
So, guys, there's sound that way, and there's not that way.
I like the not sounds.
We check out the not sound first, and then go for sound, or
I mean,
should
the last two would be fine if you don't, if you don't have to check out the sounds. I think it's a good idea to not
But
check out the sounds.
they could cut our retreat off if we have to get out of here quickly, so that could be bad.
You're right. I should stay behind.
I'll guard this
Davi will
intersection.
head over to start heading. So we'll do a perception check for traps, and then head to the right.
Okay, roll another perception check for me.
Please roll better than you did last time, Davi. Come on, this is your. That's better.
Okay. So now, especially having Aaron and Nino kind of pointed out that first pressure plate and being able to recognize them, you do notice that there is one other trap right here. It looks just like the one before, just this kind of pressure plate.
Davi will point it out.
Okay.
La 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 la.
And Yernan following your lead, you guys creep along the hall.
I'm sort of gonna follow behind Jackie along with the bird, and I'm gonna avoid
Okay.
the little things.
Okay.
I will have
Are you
been
marking it?
following all this time, by the way. I just
Yeah, gotcha. Gonna bring Rafferty up,
was
Cog.
busy eating.
Cast, I sent you a PM.
Okay. Let me go peek real quick.
Yeah, probably move myself.
No, Kega. Rafferty is not up front.
Okay, so coming up here, Dobby, you see another T intersection. Over to the right, you notice there is a small room that immediately strikes you as a chapel and a place of prayer and maybe small service. Over to the left, you look in and you see kind of, it's kind of a long rectangular room, and you notice a number of bookshelves and a desk and a rug. Neither of them appear to be occupied.
Well, say we should search these. So we will.
Loot,
Let
loot,
them-
loot, loot, loot,
Split the party.
Yeah, I know. Davi will search for traps in both
Okay.
of the rooms, one after the other, and
I
then
will get my quarterstaff out and go in the room and
let
poke at
somebody
everything.
else.
We'll do
the
just one
investigation.
perception. We'll just do one perception check for traps in both the rooms.
Okay. Come on, Davi. That's our turn.
Good job.
There are traps everywhere.
It's really hard to tell. It's a very old, construction, and the tiles do appear a little bit uneven. You don't see anything like those before. You're just really not sure.
You've seen one temple, you've seen them all.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of wander up and I'll see if I can see anything. I'm gonna shuffle through.
Do
Okay.
better than me.
Yeah.
These
But
are
I
all
mean,
these are all the ones that Davi found.
do I roll with disadvantage, bro?
You roll everything with disadvantage.
Son of a bitch. Well, this is no good. Unless I roll.
This is an
good on both.
investigation. Davi will give her guidance beforehand so she gets
That's
plus
good.
or never mind.
You look around and you don't really see anything. Especially trusting Davi's judgment. She's got great perception. She hasn't let you down before. So.
Okay, looks fine, guys. And I'm gonna just then move back and let them do whatever investigation they
I
want.
go in this room.
Which one? Top one?
Top one.
Okay. So, very clearly a library. There are a number of bookshelves that are lined with hundreds
can
of
move on.
books. Roll an investigation check for me.
Advantage.
No.
Are there any mushrooms? As long as there's no mushrooms, he's okay.
Nope, not okay.
Lots of books. Lots of old books. Various languages, you do spot a few that are definitely about, like demonology. They all appear to be arcanic in nature, there are
Can you
things about
can you use Arcanic in a sentence, please?
These would
Leo
be awesome
is very
for our
arcanic
academy,
character.
guys.
Arcane is the word.
What
for
I'm gonna
arcane.
do, I'm gonna hold up a hand and hold everybody back. I'm gonna take a little time. I'm gonna put the portable hole right in the center of this room. I'm gonna start throwing books in it.
Rafferty is going to take a look and investigate the room first.
And then help throw books into the portable hole.
Yeah, we're gonna
Have
empty the
Rafferty roll an
library into the
investigation
portable
check.
hole.
As you go through, they're in various languages. Some occult, some demonic, a couple of historical and religious texts, but definitely a research library built around, the magic and, whatever studies Yarv has been doing through his extended lifetime.
Please.
Are you
please
rolling
have
for Rafferty?
roll a
Sure.
investigation.
Sure.
It's not bothering you, Kay.
There. They did it.
Okay. So, 1 second. Rafferty actually notices that, as Leo begins putting in books and he's helping, he actually goes over to the desk to see if there are any on there. And he does notice that there is a single parchment on the desk, and on it has been hand sketched a dried image of a hand mirror. It's mostly the back of the mirror. And the designs on it that have been very carefully sketched out are very elaborate, and they appear elven, but they're kind of different somehow. They're almost more refined, nicer, more elaborate than elven. The some of the designs have like some similarities, but almost like it's a cousin culture rather than elvish exactly. But one curious thing is at the bottom corner of the parchment, the word Arashni with a question mark, Arashni, is scribbled.
To the notes.
Does anybody recognize that word?
It rings a bell, but I'm not sure why.
Nope. That's neat. I'm throwing more books in the hole.
We'll gather up that scroll and take it too.
Okay. So you
Gingerly.
guys are able
I
with
we
your
usually
Wait,
mean
so that's-
Rafferty is gonna pick up that scroll.
Yeah. So,
yes.
that orc was talking about a mirror or something, right?
Yes, that was the one that was.
Yeah, this is obviously, or I would say this is probably a picture of it.
Yeah. All right. So we know what we're
That
looking
we're using
for.
plane travel.
Oh, I lost
That
track.
would be useful if we could find it.
Well, yeah, nothing else to stop getting orcs through. Maybe.
Yeah,
Mabel says something in one of these books that I'm throwing in the hole.
that would be lovely. I'm sure that the Autumn Queen and everybody would appreciate it if orcs would quit coming through.
So you guys take some time, but in a quick manner, manage to shovel the entirety of the library into the portable
Yes.
hole.
The entire library is in a hole.
Literally the entire library. How long does this take us?
I mean, it depends upon how quickly Leo's moving, and he's got Rafferty's help. Who else helping
All
him?
right, I'm gonna go help.
Davi-
him.
I mean, I'm not
Well,
being
I
real
am not
gentle about it.
touching
I'm just pulling,
another
the,
thing.
grabbing a stack and dropping it in the hole.
Is it all just books, or are there anything like are there like
It's all books.
no scrolls or anything?
Though, you can roll an investigation check to see if you notice anything else.
With advantage?
I'm not touching another thing.
I mean, does the
You have an advantage on all
crystal give you
investigation
advantage?
checks.
I know. I'm testing her.
You do find next to, and actually inside one of the books, almost as though it's being used as a bookmark, a scroll.
Ooh.
A spell scroll.
Ooh, I can't read this.
Give me that. I throw it in the hole.
No, read
Yeah,
it.
look at it.
Okay. Looking it over, you find that it is actually a scroll for Leoman's tiny hut.
Yes,
Sweet.
we totally need to use that at some point.
Totally need that.
No, I can put it and actually use it all the time.
Yay! That's
Yay.
So,
fine.
yeah, it's a little rough around the edges. It does appear that it was legitimately used as a bookmark. The caretaker didn't appear to be as fond of it as you are, but it's in good shape. It's
We're
good enough that
happy
you can
to
copy it
have
over. So, but yeah, no problem. You shove all the books in the hole.
Is there anything else?
I
There.
check to see how heavy the bookcases are. If I can take those in the hole too.
Make a strength check.
That's
or an
fine.
or a gosh, what's it called? Athletics check if you want. Cog, you do see at the
Equally
northern.
bad.
They are heavy.
Shit.
And I do a
No,
strength checks and help him.
Sure.
Are we seriously
We can-
trying
we
to
can get
rip?
new bookcases, guys? We don't need those. They're too heavy.
Please.
We'll
Cog,
just have
at
the
the northern
carpenter
end
build
of the
it.
room, you do see a door.
A door.
I pick up the hole again after we emptied all the books into it.
Okay. Do we want to go through another door, or do we want to look at this other room that has an open hallway?
Did we check out the
We're
chapel?
we're not being quiet at all. Chapel? What chapel?
Wasn't that was down here, south?
Oh,
While I
Is
was
that supposed to
emptying
be
an
a
entire
chapel?
library, nobody looked at it.
I was
It
helping.
did. It did strike
Well, you were
Davi as a
helping, didn't you?
chapelish area.
Okay, I missed that.
Okay. So Jacobus goes.
Yeah, I'm
Davi will
gonna go
head
check
down
it
that
out.
way. She's got to keep Jackie out of trouble.
Stop that guy with the
What are you
crown.
guys doing?
Is that some kind of mace on this thing?
You can roll a perception or investigation check. I guess
will
perception to
definitely
see what it
investigate.
is.
Ow.
Okay, so it is indeed a mace with a human skull to the top and spikes sticking out of it. It is a symbol you know. You also see, oh my goodness, I forgot. As Kagdavi and Jacobus enter the room, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Moving in the area, you just get this chill that comes up your spine, and immediately like your dread creeps over you.
Oh, I'm gonna die, guys.
Okay, Davi. As you walk in, you step into this room, and you look at this cluttered place, and you begin to look around at Jacobus and Cog, your loyal subjects who have been serving you for years, my queen of all dwarves, as it were. And you wonder why they would bring you to such a place. What are you doing here? They told you they were going on some sort of excursion to meet with other royals of the area, and yet here you are. They're horrible servants. You should surely fire them. Jacobus, you meanwhile start to feel like you just get this tingling, and you're pretty sure that coming into this room has granted you some kind of new magic, some ability to cast fireballs in the same way that you've seen Leo do. God, you're fine.
Y'all are on some shit.
You don't know. They haven't said anything.
You need to straighten yourselves out.
I like how we're trying to get Jacobus to be as crazy as possible.
So, Jacobus, as you feel this power growing within you as you move closer to the altar, you do see that there is this, the mace with the skull and the spikes. And you also notice, stop bringing me cats.
I've been crying.
Anyway, you also notice on top of the altar, there's a floating glass orb that's about a foot in diameter. And there's a swirling white and blue smoke on the inside. Davi, you watch as your servant approaches the altar, as he should, to investigate and tell you what's there.
That is very good. I can't even do it.
Alright, I'm gonna stroll up there, and I missed everything that came up before this, so...
There's an orb, glass orb, foot in diameter, swirling blue smoke inside, mace with a head on top and spikes sticking out of it laying at the foot of the altar.
Alright,
Go
do
ahead.
Pick up the mace.
do I know anything about the mace?
Are you what are you looking for? Information? Or are you looking to see if there's anything out of the ordinary with it?
Is it a familiar image, like, symbol to me, or is it...
Roll a Arcana check.
I'm so fucked. Not gonna do well. Oh,
Would-
shit.
You're great.
You
I-
do know the symbol.
You
This
gotta
is the
think better about
symbol
yourself.
that Jacob has traced on the wall in his blood.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
look
only
at this.
place you've seen it, but
I'm
that's
gonna,
where you've seen
I'm
it
gonna
from.
look at Jacob as
You mean-
real suspiciously.
That symbol he completely forgot about as soon as it was empty.
Are you done?
Jacobus is definitely going to pick up the mace.
Okay.
I'm
And then
immediately gonna bring my hands to
climb
the
up.
ready position.
He's gonna start climbing up there to get a closer look at the floating blue orb.
Okay, as you pick up the mace, it's not very well made. The skull kind of wobbles a little bit on top of it. It definitely appears to be more of an ornamental symbol than like an actual weapon. But nothing happens.
Do I see anything in the... You said it's just smoky?
You can roll a investigation check to get a closer look.
Investigation
Give me a report,
check.
slave.
Hold the fucking phone.
What's a phone?
What did you just say to me?
You heard me.
Alright, listen.
What did she say? I missed it.
We have a wonderful relationship. And I tend to not hit small people and women. But in this case, I will.
How dare you speak to me like that? Just get on with it.
We're gonna handle this. I'm gonna investigate the shit out of this, and then we're gonna talk.
While they're kind of having their little spat, Jacobus is gonna reach out his hand towards the orb and try
Shit.
his hardest
Please
to
just
cast-
be like your
to
friend.
cast
and do
some
this.
kind of summoning spell.
Okay.
Can I swat his
Dog,
hand? Can I
You
like?
look over and you see Jacobus reach up, his arm shaking, and Jacobus, it works. What are you summoning?
Oh god damn it!
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Excellent work.
Cog, you don't
So-
see anything.
Yeah, I know.
Neither
I
do you,
know.
Dobby.
Believe me, I know how this
I'm
is
in the other
going.
room flipping through a book.
Oh, I am so proud of you.
So I kind of want to cheat, but honestly, my first thought was actually Orcus. So
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking end
you
me
go-
right now.
Don't worry, you will be.
Oh my god!
Do you see? The
Okay.
DM is
Yeah.
Just
happy.
looking up stats for Orcus.
And you begin to see this swirl above your hand, just kind of like this gray and red smoke. And you start to see this image kind of appear, but it's almost like it's a little distant. Like you can't quite bring it through. Like you can feel the power and it's just beyond your grasp, but you just can't quite pull it through.
well, that sucks.
Davi, as far as you can see, it's just Jacobus with his hand in the air. Cog, everyone is acting weird.
I'm gonna kind of call out for the rest of the group and be like, "Hey guys,
Obviously, he is the
Be there in a minute.
better servant here.
guys. Things are real weird in here.
Who are you calling to? You are the worst servant ever.
That's absolutely correct. That is 100%. That is an astute
Kieran?
observation. That is the first real
Going to
thing you
come in?
said.
And you see as he kind of pauses and gets this shiver and he walks in and he goes, "What's wrong?"
So wait, pause. Did I get anything with my investigation check other than watching Jacobus like
Oh.
put on his constipated face?
Why did you roll with advantage? Oh, because you have the thing?
Yeah,
He rolls all investigations.
everything is advantage.
No, not from looking at it. It definitely appears, I mean, with the swirling and the way it's kind of floating, it's magical. You're not really sure what it is,
Can
but I
I
mean, it's
fit
on a
it?
bloody.
Can I fit
Can
it
you
in a
hit it?
portable hole?
I mean, yeah, it's only a foot in diameter.
Oh shit, I can fit that in the bag of holding too.
Sure.
The way you said that makes me really nervous.
I
If
mean,
you remember, they'll let you use the bag of holding.
listen, it's a floating orb on a bloody altar. I don't think that my shirt should be what makes you nervous. So, what are you doing? What do you want? You're spoiled.
I'm not.
Jacobus
Right.
is going to try to use the floating orb as a scrying tool to see if
Okay.
he can see where Orcus currently is.
Okay. So, how are you attempting to use it? What are you doing?
I don't know. He's like gonna wave his hands around it, like
As you wave your
whoa,
hands?
You know, like try to get the cloudy things to like shape into something.
You go and you wave your hands around the outside of it, and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Well, that's
Leo.
bullshit.
Leo,
Leo's gonna wander over, still reading a book. Are y'all done in here?
what is this thing?
What thing?
It's making everyone act really weird.
The orb?
You're the one acting weird. What are you doing? Would you just be like your counterpart and do what I asked you?
Someone
Do
wants
I
me
by
to be
chance know
like
what the orb is?
Jacobus. This is
If
something is
you-
very
Have
wrong.
you moved into the room?
Yeah, I'm coming there. I guess I should
Okay.
actually move myself on this map thing.
Then once you enter the room, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Good
well,
help is so
kind of-
hard to find.
With
Kind of
advantage?
Hey,
Unfortunately.
where is the enter the room point? Because I'm not actually going to enter the room.
Metagaming.
you're
You
not
don't
sure.
Metagaming.
You are metagaming.
Well, no, because I don't trust all this stuff.
So you as well, Leo, get kind of this chill up your spine. There's definitely something off about this room. Your Arcana spider sense is tingling, but yeah, you moving up to the orb. You can roll an Arcana check if you want,
I'm gonna point
Advantage?
one hand. I'm gonna knife hand Leo, and
unless
I'm
you
gonna
have
knife
Rafferty
hand
here to help
Davi.
you.
I'm gonna be like,
If
they're really weird.
Son of
I
Really
mean, it's
fucking
just an
weird.
orb.
I know everything about this orb.
It's like a big marble, you know. I mean, you're
I
pretty
mean-
sure it's for show.
Seriously, Rafferty
I don't even
couldn't
think that thing is
come into
magical,
the room and help him. Hey, Rafferty couldn't come into
I'm
the
not
room and
allowed to
help him?
control Rafferty, but the crazy person's in control of him right now. So,
Hey,
oh wait, no, actual honey is sane. So yeah.
Well,
actual honey.
Rafferty will stay back.
It looks too much like water.
Yeah. It
Can
looked
I-
like
can
the
I-
one that you
can I-
thought it was the fire elemental, and now this is like water. No.
Is there?
can I touch the orb?
Sure.
I touch the orb and see if I can pull it down.
Oh god.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
Save.
Straight intelligence.
Yes, just
Do
intelligence check.
not fail.
My character sheet died, so
Don't fail me.
not enough
servant.
memory to open this page. Well, give me a minute.
Oh, you're gone.
Oh,
It
wait, no,
literally
Davi-
deleted him from roll 20.
Does Davi think all of the? Does Davi think all the people in the room are
Davi,
her servants now?
yes, Davi is
I
the
don't run out of
queen,
memory
and
to
you
use
are
your
all
character.
her.
Of course, you're all my servants. I'm a queen. Just do what I said and go and
Straight
get the damn
intelligence.
thing.
Okay, as you reach out and touch it, you actually feel this surge of energy that hits you, and you take 15 points of damage,
Son of a bitch.
Ow.
Ouch.
causing you to yank your hands back.
Leo passes out.
God, this math.
Just minus. If you do minus 15.
I don't want to do
on
that.
your
Okay,
thing.
I think I need to find myself on the map again because I lost myself.
I'm gonna look at Rafferty
There's,
because
Okay,
I
let's
can
not touch the
see
orb.
into the room.
Ow,
I can
ow, ow,
see
ow, 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 ow.
Davi
Jacob,
ordering people around like a mini tyrant, and
What else is new?
Jacob is
Take
trying
a little
to.
bit of max health.
Jacobus, and Davi, make another wisdom saving throw for me.
My wisdom is so bad.
Come on, Davi. I have plus freaking 7.
All right, Davi, you finally find this moment of clarity that comes to you, and you have no idea what came over you.
I'm
It was
still
just
knife-handing
something
Davi.
clouding your judgment. Jacobus, you just feel your power swelling. You know, you look back at Leo, and he has no idea. He has no idea this power that you've had hidden inside you.
What the fuck is going on? Get him away from that thing. This thing is messing with our
Everybody out of this
heads.
room.
All right,
God, my
I'm
hurts.
gonna start trying to like
Bad or
corral
bad,
Jacobus
bad or bad.
out of the room.
Davi's
Okay.
gonna back out of the
I'm going to cast Hold Person on Keg.
Oh,
You shoot out your hand because old person,
Oh my god.
no. Initiative.
but it has no effect. He had, I mean, he must have something. It's got to be his armor. Something
I'm
is
just gonna, like-
resistant to your power.
Come on,
Knock
come on,
him
big guy.
over the head and let's get the hell out of
Let's-
here. This
let's
place
get
is
out of here. I'm just
bad.
gonna casually shove him out of the room.
God.
Casually.
Jacobus, do you go with him or do you resist?
I know they
Opposing
I'll go
strength
with him.
checks.
I'll go with him.
Okay. So everybody slowly makes their way back out of the room. And as you pass over the threshold, Jacobus, you do feel that cloud that had just taken over your mind begin to dissipate.
Oh my god.
All right,
Whoa,
well,
that thing was bad.
that was terrible. Let's not do that again.
Yes, it was, and I'm sorry. Oh
That's all right.
man, that was bad.
I'm sorry I said I would punch you in the throat.
Well, I deserved that.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't want to go in there
So.
again.
What are you guys doing?
Well, is there a reason to go in there again? I mean, seriously.
Think we could go in and just throw the bag of holding over it and just kind of shove it in there without touching
I go in. I'm throwing holy water.
Oh God. Is she really?
No.
Okay.
I said, yeah. If you're going in there, I'm going in with holy water. You guys are gonna have to.
Did somebody take the mace?
I think
Jacobus was
Jacobus
holding it.
still has it in his
Yeah,
hands.
I'm still
Okay.
holding it.
Oh,
With
great.
his-
So
Just yet
He
another
looks
thing.
with his
Jacobus,
mace and his crown. He's got this royal look now.
Jacobus,
It's
What you
what's
got there, Jacobus?
what's
Can
up
we
with
look
that?
at it, please?
Everybody's like, "What you got?"
What?
Jacobus?"
You want my mace?
Well,
No, I always want to look at it. I don't want it. I have no use for
that
the
looks
mace, but,
pretty familiar.
Yeah, I mean, he'll pass it to whoever wants it. He's not.
I'll
really that
take a
cool.
glance over it.
Okay.
Where do you
Roll an investigation check.
have you seen that before, Jacobus? Long pause.
Have I seen what before?
I'm great at this.
The mace.
It's really
I
like it's really shoddy craftsmanship. You know,
Hi,
it's the skull that's kind of like wedged on top of the stick with like some nails sticking out. You know, it is definitely not a quality enough to hold any kind of like arcana spell or enchantment or anything. It's just it's a piece of crap.
I think this is just a ritual thing to use for their whatever that thing is.
Should have taken
So-
it and slammed it against that damn orb.
I'm staring at
Kind-
Jacobus intently.
I passed the mace back
totally
to Jacobus.
unrelated to the conversation happening around him. He furrows his brow with kind of a bit of a thought.
Oh, great.
Is that a
Jacobus
is that a
is thinking.
yes?
Sorry, did you ask me a question?
Yes.
Could you repeat it?
Yes.
Have you seen that mace symbol before?
He starts grinning mid-question. Have I seen the mace symbol before? Yes, it's familiar
Tag.
to me.
The cat is a pain in the ass.
It's a cat. It's the literal definition. All right. What is it?
It's the symbol of Orcus.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Can I see the mace?
we just
Sure,
accept that.
I'll give the mace onto her.
No, don't give it to her!
Dobby will take it and slam it against the wall and bust it.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Bounce back, hits her in the head.
Probably.
Knowing our luck tonight, seriously.
It's pretty fragile. It just shatters, you know, like the bone just kind of breaks in several places, kind of crumbles onto the floor. You're left with this, you know, clubbish looking thing. It's pretty crude, you know, but yeah, it's wasn't very well made, and you know weapon crafts. So
That's what needed to happen. Let's go.
That was evidence.
Nope.
I'm gonna lead the way up to the door in the library. The door in the library.
okay, you go up and look it over. It does appear to be locked.
Jacobus,
Everything is freaking
fix the door.
locked.
It's broke.
We'll study the door.
I'm going
Fix it.
to cast a healing spell on Earlith.
A
Oh,
what?
yeah, I'm hurt. I'm very dead.
On your-
Earlith.
What are
Cast
you gonna
what?
cast?
Cure
Okay.
wounds.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't know she was hurt that bad. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm at half, but I mean, I just figured I would hang back and not get hit again.
That was a terrible roll, but you have 5 hit points back.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
How many
Did
are
someone
you down?
say they were checking out the door?
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
look at it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm up now to. I mean, I'm up to
Roll a perception check for me, Davi.
3, 4, 5.
Okay, there's a lock,
I'm up to
and
22
there
of
are
34.
some arcana runes carved around the lock.
There's a lock, and there's these funky runes around the lock that look. I don't know.
Can I tell anything about the Arcana runes if I look at the Arcana runes and roll very good?
Roll an
Dobby
arcana
will
check
get
for
out of the
me.
way of the
Look
door.
how good I'm rolling.
Whoa, look at that.
They are lightning runes. They appear to. It appears to be like a lightning trap of some sort that will, summon some kind of shocking event should Jacobus fail.
Oh.
Seems fine. Why don't you unlock it?
Davi will cast guidance on Jackie
There's some
before
kind of
he
lightning
tries.
thing on there, so be ready to jump out of the way of the lightning. And I press
Wait,
up against the wall.
It's fine, or there's a lightning. Which is it?
I mean, it says something about lightning on the lock.
Oh my gosh,
I mean-
Todd, come take this cat.
He cries outside the door if he's not in there.
That's what cats do. They stand by doors and scream at them until they're open, and then you walk away. That's literally the definition of a cat.
Plus a D4.
Plus 3.
Okay. So, oh my gosh.
Hi,
Okay.
kitty.
So, it's a pretty easy lock. You go and you slowly click it, and it does manage to pop open, and nothing happens to you. So,
Now, do we think this lightning thing will go off if we open the door?
Did we check for traps?
from your awesome crit, Leo, it doesn't appear to be attached to the door. It definitely appears to be dealing with the lock. So you're.
What am
pretty
I
sure
saying?
that-
I mean, what's within the lock? Let's go in.
Okay. So do you go in?
I don't.
In we go.
Okay. So let's
I'm
see.
already half dead.
What layer are we on? Is it now?
Davi's
Okay.
going.
Well, I'm gonna just hang back and follow. I'm gonna
Hey,
Pull
those
up the
look like
rear.
things that are alive.
I'm gonna act like
So.
a
Why is
ranged
Jackie
character
standing on
that
my
I
head?
am.
Why is yeah?
It's,
Why are
it's
Leo?
not letting me move him.
Yeah, it doesn't let us move actually into that room.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
It's the
I
vision.
think this is part of the. It's part of the dynamic lighting experience. Hold on.
Okay, broke it.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so you guys move in. And inside is a small office with a cluttered desk covered in vials, jars, and gory bits of animals and aberrations. But you barely notice these details as your eyes are immediately drawn to two hulking, poxed creatures drooling in the room, one over the corner and one near the desk where you enter, with a strange, raspy that begin to move in your direction.
Great.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Do we need to roll initiative?
Yes, you do.
Well,
Can we talk about this?
Guys, just think about the experience we're getting.
Yeah, totally level 6 tonight, guys. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Yes.
We got died tonight. What are you talking about?
Well, we'll be level
Yeah.
6 first.
Next
Way to
character, we
go,
level 6.
Kaga.
Next character.
Crit initiative.
You really have been hitting them.
yeah, I'm
20s all fucking
doing
night.
really
I
nice
know.
tonight.
It's your
Okay.
night, man.
Not that it's been useful or anything, but I
So-
mean,
Well, I mean, there's a standard I have to keep up.
yeah, we
Okay.
wouldn't want you to be too useful. So
Alright.
it is
Price
Price
everything
round
we
these guys though,
expect.
because they didn't know we were there.
Okay, sorry. Kag, you're up first then.
Right. We
What?
totally get a surprise round, right?
We
I
haven't
mean, they
really,
haven't.
we haven't really been
Yeah.
stealthing.
Can't move yet.
So I'm
What do you
gonna.
mean? I used to do 100 books into a hole. That seems very quiet.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
This is one of the creatures here that I'm pointing at, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
I'm going to cast Produce Flame at him.
Why would you
Wait.
do reduce flame?
Because it burns
Oh,
Produce.
produce. I thought
Um,
you said reduce.
Wait,
I was like,
question:
what?
Can I move through Davi?
I think
don't
she's
not
just
a
considered
goat.
difficult terrain.
Oh.
know.
Okay, then I wouldn't be able to make it through her.
Difficult terrain.
If I like climb over top of her, whatever. I'll produce flame her and then, or not her. Get out of the way! All right, I'm just gonna lob a flame over her and not singe her hair.
Okay.
Leah and I are having a moment here.
That's good. I'm
Um,
glad.
actually, no, I can't do that safely. Fuck.
No, thank you.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna cast a spell. 11.
Okay. To hit. Sorry, I'm doing too many things at once. That hits. Who are you? You're doing it
I'm
at this guy
doing
over to the left.
This guy.
Okay.
11 hits.
11 hits. They're pretty
Wow.
big. I think they're like 8 feet tall.
All right, that's 14 damage.
8 feet tall.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Aren't you so glad you got a cat?
right now, especially.
Get a cardboard box or something.
Okay.
Yeah, or draw a circle on the floor.
Okay. And that was fire, right?
That was fire.
Okay. So you hit him for 14. And you see him reel back. It doesn't appear to catch flame the same way that the other creatures did, but he does appear to be distracted with trying to kind of like put out the flames as they move across his body pretty quickly. Anything else, Skag?
I think that was bad.
Sounds like fireball to me.
Wait,
If you're talking, we can't hear you.
hello?
I can hear you.
I hear you.
Okay. You're saying the fire
we
did
still
not
can't hear you.
catch like we.
Or is it me?
It's you.
I can hear him. That's
I can hear him as well.
I can as well.
Hold on.
Did you
I
mute
think
me?
your internet may have done weird things because both of you, Keg, at least disappeared.
Yeah, I don't see him
Oh
anymore.
no, Leo
I can hear him.
disappeared. I
That's
can't.
because I reloaded.
I just reloaded, but I still can't see Kega.
I can't see Leo or Davi.
I can't see
I
Tab.
can see Kaga.
Are you
I
saying?
can see Davi, but I can't see Tab. Oh,
Are-
no, I can't see Honey.
Are you
I
saying
can
the
see
fire
Honey.
did not catch?
She said that it didn't catch
Oh.
on fire, but it's very eager to put the flames out, but patting themselves down.
Okay. I'm gonna call out.
Test.
No fire.
Test.
Can you hear me, Casta?
Can you hear me?
Hey,
No
Will.
fire, is that what we said?
Yes.
My sound isn't working.
I heard that.
We
Y-
can hear her.
We can hear her.
Try the volume on your mic.
I think she was yelling at Keg. I think that was Kega's picking her up.
No, we could hear her when she was testing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing
never
you
mind,
now.
I'm an idiot.
Can you hear me now? Did
Did
you turn the
Nothing
volume all the way
happened.
down, crazy?
No.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I swear I moved it. I don't know. Anyway,
Pay
So,
no attention
anyway.
On
to
the
volume
screen, there's an
button on
eye.
the
shut up. Okay,
Not an
so-
eyeball.
the flames. They didn't catch and do the extra damage like you saw with the taxidermy creatures, but it does appear to have him kind of like unsettled and distracted.
Interesting.
Sounds like fireball,
Okay.
guys.
Fire. Use fire.
Fireball.
Wait, but there's a table there with a bunch of shit on it. I think that
Okay.
goes away.
Darn good.
Anything else?
No, I'm good. Davi, make sure you
Okay.
move out of the way between here and there.
This guy, 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to move up towards Jacobus
It's nice knowing you.
Step
and
on
is
them.
going to swing at him for 12.
Nope.
I was
Okay,
gonna say,
so it's gonna miss.
luckily Jacob is real close to the ground.
But he gets to swing with his other hand for 21.
Yep.
Actually,
And
are
that's in-
tieflings really small or no?
No, they're very big.
That's going to do 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
For some reason, I thought tieflings were small. Maybe it's because of the little picture there. I don't know.
It's going to bring us to the next golem, who is going to move up after Davi and is also going to swing at you.
Yeah, his token is just his head. It's not his
For
entire body. It's not how he looks.
26.
Yeah,
Mommy?
26 hits.
That's going to do 10 points of damage. And the other fist is going to hit for 13. So it's going to be a miss. And that's going to end their turn. And bring us around to you, Davi.
All right. Tavi is going to She's first going to cast Shield of Faith on Jackie, which is a
Oh,
bonus action. Then she's going to attack.
Why be ooey?
hold on 1 second before you do that. I just remembered something
There's
because
supposed to be
he
4 more in there.
because no. I'm so sorry. I was peeking into sheet because he is distracted by the flames. He should have swung at you with disadvantage. So the first one would have been a 13, and that would have been a miss entirely. So the second one. The second one still would have been a hit, so we'll just stick with what it was. So anyway, moving right along. You were saying.
Okay. So she did Shield of Faith to give Jackie more armor. And
Okay.
then she's going to hit it with her battle axe.
Okay, go for it. Okay. So you go and you take a significant chunk out of it. Yes, that hits. Hitting it pretty solidly.
Man, I cannot roll damage tonight.
Get it, but it kind of gets stuck in him. You definitely get him, but it's just, he's a pretty big thing, and it doesn't quite go in as far as you'd hoped.
Felix isn't on the initiative.
Scooch out of the way.
Oh yeah, she'll take a step to
Felix
the left
isn't on
just
the
so that.
initiative. Okay.
That's weird. I
Actually,
rolled
no,
7.
She'll
so-
take a step forward so that she can get on both of them.
If you want to roll again, that's okay. I wonder if I can add you to the initiative board.
He should be after Yearnin.
Oh my gosh, Cog, come get the cat.
Just open the door.
And turn. There we go. I already turned down my volume once by accident. I'm not going to get up and risk that again.
But you know how to fix
All
it now.
Shh, shh.
Hey, go,
Okay,
go help her.
so we're on to Leo?
No.
Yes? Or Davi, did you have anything?
Rafferty.
No, I don't
Where's
have anything
Cog?
else.
Okay, well,
Can't do any
Did
tag.
both
rolled like
dudes attack?
20 something. The
yes,
person
both of them
who-
attacked.
Okay. Is Davi done?
Yep.
Okay, so then it is me.
Go Leo. Go
If
Leo.
I step up here, will I have line of sight on both of them?
Not on the one over by Jacobus, but definitely the one in front of Cog.
All right. I will just.
Has it been an hour since I cast Hunter's Mark?
By this point, yes.
I will. I'll just firebolt the guy, then the left one, I can see.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, you
That does
go
not hit.
and you shoot a firebolt.
Kai,
It
get out of
shoots
the
right
way.
past, and it actually catches on something on the desk, and you watch as it begins to smolder and slowly go up in flames.
No.
It's spell book.
Can Davi
All right.
run up and try to put it out? I guess not on her turn. Not until her turn.
All right, that brings us to Rafferty.
Who's far as
Go
fuck
on,
away because I
yeah.
wasn't paying attention.
Well, yeah, but we'll just move them up. We know they're here.
They're not. They're bums.
Total bums.
I'm gonna just. He's in range. Yeah. He's
Pew
in range.
pew.
All right. He's gonna. Anyone about to be surprised? He's gonna Eldritch Blast.
He has one spell.
He's gonna do it twice.
All right, that hits.
9
Wait.
hits. What?
9 hits.
8 doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit, but 9 hits. Okay.
This game is rigged.
So that's on this guy.
Okay.
Wait.
I love
Okay.
this game. 7.
All
So
right.
14.
So you hit him twice. You watch as he kind of, shifts from side to side.
And
in a very
that's what kind of damage is that?
force.
4s.
What the fuck is force damage?
Not
This
fire
was the hit
damage.
I use.
Okay, anything else?
Fuck, I haven't really thought that far ahead. I don't think he can do anything other than take 10 minutes to cast comprehend languages, so...
That's what he does. That's the 2 things he does.
He Eldritch Blasts, and then he sits somewhere for 10 minutes, being confused.
Okay.
So it
Really
says,
Yeah.
fast,
Nate,
then he
when you
figured
watch this later, I love you.
That brings us to you, Eurolith. You're not gonna watch it.
He's not gonna watch. That's what he's talking about.
That doesn't have time for that.
Eurolith, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna hop up on this chair first, just so I'm a little bit higher.
Make a roll for it. Make a roll for
Okay.
it. Make a roll for it. Make a roll for it.
I can roll for it if you need me to.
No, I'm gonna trust your ability to. Unless you're literally hopping, I'm gonna trust your ability to step up into a chair.
Yeah. And
Just
then
summons
I am
results.
going to cast Hunter's Mark
Okay.
again. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark, and I am going to
Stop.
cast Hunter's Mark on the one that I
Hold
have
on.
line of sight on,
Okay.
and which I didn't move up so that I can see over everybody's head and make sure. Which I know I'm taller than everybody anyway, but still. Then
Yep.
I am gonna shoot it with my longbow.
Aha!
Okay. He's pretty tall too, so you get a pretty clear shot.
I mean, you're taller than everybody, but you're not shooting a bow above your head.
And then I hit.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
I
everybody
should have
did.
moved the bird.
Yeah, you should have.
Yep, you
Forgot.
fucked up.
Fucked
Done
it
did
up
it now.
again. And then I
All
got
right.
Hunter's Mark. Hold on, Hunter's Mark damage.
You know, I think it might be easier for you if you actually roll initiative with the bird.
It
It
probably
would be a good reminder. You can do it that way if you want to.
Well, maybe next time we have to roll initiative, we'll do it. Okay, and then I am going to move my bird to that one because he's got 7 and 6. How much damage that's
That's 13.
13.
13 damage to him. What's he look like?
He's still looking pretty good.
He still looks good. All right. Well,
Big
I'm
and
gonna
angry.
move. I'm gonna move the bird in range, and she is going to beak him.
Caw-caw.
Just so you know, if this goes bad, the plan B is everybody run away in a fireball.
Attack!
Okay, that hits. All
And another
right.
10 damage.
Okay, so you've definitely see some rips in him now. You know, you can see where he's kind of been stitched together, and things are starting to kind of spread apart. He's still looking ready to bring on whatever's coming, but he's he is
Attack!
starting to show some wear. Anything else, Eurolith?
I really have nothing else to do. And when do I get to shoot twice? Not until level 6, right? I don't know.
You don't.
You don't.
You get your attack with your bird.
No, poopy.
Okay.
Well, no,
So
if she gets her own turn though.
Yeah, and then
Yes,
when, on
this is
your
the-
turn, it gets to attack when you attack.
But she wasn't near anything to attack, so I technically
Nope,
could have
because you
shot
done
again.
fucked up.
I don't like y'all very much.
Kieran
That's
is going
okay.
to
Sad.
dash on up in here, not literally dash. Hold out his hand, get his longsword again, and swipe at the creature.
That really is a handy trick. I'm just gonna say. I wish I could make
Um,
weapons appear in my hand.
That ends his, and it is a kind of a glowy, magically looking weapon. And you notice as he summons it and then slashes, it seems to do it slices into him more cleanly than say your axe did, Dobby. There appears to be something that is aiding in his assault. Cog, that brings us. Oh wait, no, Jacobus, that brings us to you.
Finally, Jackie gets turn.
Stab something. Stab it.
Let's see.
Surprise! Jackie's gonna stab something.
I think we should focus all our efforts
Okay,
on
that hits.
one.
Yeah, which one are you hitting, by the way?
Oh,
I
sorry,
guess
the same guy that everybody else said.
Okay. All right, and that's with your adder dagger.
Yes.
So just like with these swords, you notice that as you come in with the adder dagger, it just sinks so cleanly through it. You can feel it doing like a significant rend, and it's actually enough to like knock it back and just like cut enough of the stitches that it falls onto the floor, and you manage to be rid of this creature.
Oh wow!
Dislike magic.
I will disengage and just move around this corner here.
Okay. Cog, that brings us to you.
Well, I guess since it goes next, I should probably cast fire at it. So I'm gonna walk up to it.
Or something.
I'm gonna produce
walk
flame
up.
him in the face.
Deuce flame him in the face.
Oh my gosh, does that hit?
Yes.
That hits.
Yes.
Oh
that
wow!
Barely. You
Wow.
Everything
reach
hits
up and he
except when I
starts to
roll.
dodge around and you just catch him in the side of the head.
Yeah, bitch. Take that.
Backhand him. All right.
Fire backhand.
And once again, he seems a little preoccupied with trying to put the flames out on his face.
Yeah.
his face.
Hope your eyeballs burn out.
Being extremely upset by this, he is naturally going to swing at you. The first one is for 15.
Fuck. I think that hits.
That hit.
Okay, that's going to do 19 points of damage.
Ah!
Ow.
The second one
Oh man, I am so fucked.
is going to be for 13.
That hits.
And that's going to be 11 more points of damage.
Oh god!
You watch as he comes at Cog, just slam, slam, furious.
13
Got the
hits you
flames
with
on his
armor?
face.
Jeez.
That
And
didn't
that
happen to
ends
be
his
necrotic damage, is it?
No, it's bludgeoning.
Damn it.
So that brings us around to Davi.
Okay. So. Yeah, I'm on that one. Davi will wail on it. What the heck? She's gonna sling her shield back onto her back for now, which will reduce her
Okay.
armor class, but she will hit it with battle axe two-handed.
That hits. All right.
Hmm.
Lord, my damage sucks tonight. Alright, she'll use her War Priest ability again. Good use of that. She will hit it again.
Okay. All right. You come at it, striking into it, pulling back, hitting again. You catch it both times. Make some pretty mean gashes in it, but it is indeed still standing. Anything else?
That's all she can do.
All right, Leo.
I am going to go into the room. Like there.
And put out the fire.
And
I
cast
think the
Mage
fire's
Armor.
already put out. It already burnt down. And then I'm going to cast something fiery at that thing. Ha!
Okay. All right. And once again, you see as it begins to get flames on different places. Definitely, shows a degree of preoccupation as he tries to put them out.
As a bonus
Anything-
action, I study table.
Okay. It's a cluttered mess.
That's my turn.
All right, Rafferty.
I'm Rafferty. Into the room. Here-ish. Yeah, sure. What?
You're muted.
I can't hear you.
I thought
can
I
hear
hit it off. I said, "Hey, don't block the door."
It's around the corner. You can't shoot him anyway.
Alright.
If I
there.
move into the room, but if y'all are blocking it, I ain't gonna be able to get through.
I didn't block it.
Just
See, I'm
move
fine.
diagonally. Alright. Eldritch Blast. Skadoosh. Damage.
Okay,
And
that
it's
hits.
You roll better
definitely
than Says
Skadoosh.
does.
Damage.
He really is rolling well tonight.
I know.
Which means
That's
I'll
awesome.
fuck tomorrow or next time we play.
All right.
I think you've hit about 3 times more than Cessa ever hit with Elizabeth.
I think so too.
And he is definitely starting to show the wear now.
All right.
That's both hit. Brings us around to Eurolith.
Yep, I'm gonna move into the room. right here. That'll be my. Why is it?
Wait, move your bird first.
I'm not trying to get.
Squawk.
I will move my bird. And I'm gonna
No, you
move my
won't.
bird. I'm a flyer over here. Then I'm gonna move the hunter's mark over on that dude. And I'm gonna shoot him with my longbow.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot him with my longbow.
And pray.
And I hit. And
Leo has discovered how to make waypoints.
hunter's mark damage. And then I'm gonna yell, attack!
Caca!
And Kibble's gonna attack.
Okay.
And
Very
she's
nice.
gonna hit. So he's got 13, 16, 20 points of damage on that round.
Okay.
And then Kibble's turn. She is gonna attack again.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
And so she does 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
Rolling plus a
Okay.
0.
Yeah, I don't
Cool.
know what's up with that.
Yeah.
But it's crit, so it's double.
That
right?
is
That is
the
so
Well,
double.
that's
That is
probably
double?
what,
Okay.
what all that extra stuff is.
Okay.
'cause see, before it's just.
Oh, you don't get the
Okay.
modifier in your
All right.
crit, so there's just.
So,
weirdly
especially after,
different.
your bird dives down, he is definitely looking rough. You can see bits of him flaking away, the skin peeling back.
Your
You know,
bird's dead,
he's
Picasso said
definitely
so.
on his final slide. So let's see. That will bring us to anything else, real quick.
Actually, I don't think that doubled their.
Yeah, it doubles the dice, but not the modifier.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Never mind. Carry on.
5, 10,
It's just
15,
very
20,
weirdly.
Okay,
put
so
on there.
Urinin is going to move around here. Wait, oops, rolled the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, and he is going to hit. Takes a sizable slash out of it, and it is just enough to send it also crumpling to the floor, ending both of them.
I golf clap.
So, with that, the room is clear. They're both on the ground. And you guys are once more left in silence.
I will look at the table.
Okay.
Has anybody put the
Roll.
flames out on the table?
I think it burned up. I just hit something
Okay.
that burned up.
Roll an
Okay.
investigation check.
How about
Or
Arcana?
I guess a perception check.
That perception's fine too. With advantage?
No.
What are we doing? Studying the desk?
Yeah, he's checking
Yeah.
out the table.
I'm gonna.
Can
pretty
Dobby
cluttered.
take a look too? Or
Sure. It reminds you a little bit of
Can I look
Breezes.
too? Can I look too?
No. It's my table.
It reminds you guys a little bit of Breeze's Tavern or house. You see jars and potions and a lot of things. A lot of a little bit more gory than hers. You see bits of blood and this, that, and the other. Obviously, it appears to be a place where he has like the creatures that they're like arm of this, leg of this, but he's kind of assembled and worked here. There are a couple of things that catch your eye. There's a side that you pick out as you can identify what the items are, as opposed to just like dried potions and this, that, and the other. You see a wooden box and a pair of shackles.
I open the box.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm already regretting saying that.
Hold on. You go to open the box, and as you try to open it, you find that the lid is kind of stuck on.
Jacobus. Help.
do you feel useful, Jackie?
Help. I give him the box. Open.
I will also try to open it.
Okay.
Jackie's
You gonna
back
try and
hurts
open
from
it?
carrying the entire team.
I know.
And you find the same. You don't see like it doesn't appear to have like as you look. Well, actually, roll an investigation check for me. Okay, so you look it over. It doesn't really appear to have like a hinges or anything that would make it like an opening mechanism. Maybe it's like fitting down on top of it, but you do notice along the bottom there are some runes carved. You can't quite seem to get it open though. There appears to be, something else at work here.
I'll hand it back to Leo and say the runes are your business, not mine.
I look at the runes.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
Can we just succeed at things instead? Wouldn't that be more fun?
Okay. It appears to be, it has something to do with transforming this item. And you need like something about a keyword, looking it over, they're a little, you've seen this before, but they're a little unfamiliar. You think with a little bit of
I
time
look
of
around
study,
the
you
room
could
and
figure it out.
just say everything. Shackles, candle, leg, arm, blood, potion.
Why? Why? Why?
So
Why
it's-
do you want to act like this? I just don't understand.
As Leo works through his magical Tourette's, nothing appears to be happening.
Shitty box, take it with us.
Cast I PM'd you.
Okay.
God, I love Cassis so much. Leo works through his magical Tourette's.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on myself
Okay.
Why?
because I just got my ass ripped open.
Is
Next
anybody
question.
else severely hurt?
I mean, I'm
I mean,
half
I
health.
could cast my
Oh,
own
that
Cure
is-
Wounds,
He didn't
but-
cast it on you, he cast it on himself.
I know, but I mean, I'm saying I could cast it, but I'm not going to because I only have 2 regular slots left, and then I have 2. Hey, is this constitute a short rest if I'm just standing here?
If you stand there for an hour,
No.
yeah.
Davio
I mean,
cast Cure Wounds on Earlith.
well, no, don't. I was gonna say don't waste the spell slot because it could be a while before we get to rest.
I think we
Alright.
probably need to take a short rest at least here or something.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
probably
We
not
gotta,
a
we
terrible
gotta sit
idea.
in this. We gotta sit in this murder library and take
well,
out
yeah,
short
the
rest while
library.
I'll just use. I have hit
Everything's
dice.
aware
I'll
we're
use
here?
hit dice when we do the short
Okay.
rest.
What if we hide
Don't-
inside the
don't
portable
waste your
hole?
spell slot.
That's a really bad idea.
No.
Someone picks us up and takes us away. No!
Then we will go find the chair, comfy, and sit for
They
an hour.
rest in a place where mean, evil necromancer death machines know here, but you haven't been
Can't
quiet
you
about
cast
this.
a tiny hut?
No, I cannot.
I thought
I
that
think
we
we
just
need to
got
take a short rest.
And even if we do, they're just gonna come and see us, then stand around us and wait for us to come out of said hut.
And we'll kill them if they come, but I think we need to try to take a short rest.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah, we got you.
I mean,
Duly
Can we
noted.
cast a tiny hut? I find that all very funny. Sorry.
I guess we could kind of like barricade ourselves in the room, but that could be
Yeah,
very
we could-
bad.
Then we're inside a barricaded room in the middle of nowhere with one exit. Gotta have to leap through said barricade at some point.
I mean, there is a door to this room.
Right, we can close the door. They'll never know we're here. It'll be
They know we're
fine.
here.
I mean,
Yep.
presumably
Let's
someone lives here, right?
Yeah.
Live.
Well, he unlives here actually. Because I thought that this dude was a lich.
Hey, if you
right?
leave the
So-
room there.
So he unlives here. He's not. He doesn't.
So we'll
live here.
barricade ourselves inside this, shut the door, and we'll hide in here. We'll take a short rest for an hour.
For the record, this is a very bad idea.
Duly noted.
Okay. So you guys bunker down for your short rest, and we will pick up there next time.
Okay, so we can roll our hit dice and stuff next time, or we should.
Yeah. Now or next time,
I'm
whenever.
gonna roll
whenever you
it
feel like
now.
I'm gonna
I'm
roll.
gonna go ahead and get my spell stuff back.
What do I need to do? Oh, I only got 2 back on that.
Sucks to suck.
I'm gonna roll another hit dice then. Oh well, 7 points.
During this short rest, I will, if I
That'll be
can,
fun.
it's not too straining, I want to look at the robe and the orb and the shield.
Okay.
How
See if
much
I can tell
XP did
anything
we
more
get?
about it. Not the crown, since apparently somebody refuses to take it off and he walks around like a crazy person with it.
Hey, how much XP did we get?
We're going to calculate that at the end of the dungeon.
Yeah. There's no point in giving you XP when
So.
you're dead.
Okay.
Your XP doesn't
What
apply
does
really
it?
until you do a long rest anyway.
So the shield, and the robe. Roll a history check for me, real quick.
With
We really
advantage?
should get Davi to do the history check.
I have plenty of history.
Leo's got it under control.
So,
Ooh.
gathering everything that you've learned, about the Mare of the Dead Men and the way it was flooded and everything that Jacob has told you, combined with, just what you know of the Waterdeep region and this, that, and the other, you recognized these to be items that you believe most likely belong to nobility, if not the rulers of the three kingdoms that were at war with the orcs at the time that he flooded the swamp. They appear to be kind of like tokens of accomplishment that he's kept for the kingdoms that he wiped out in that move when NER flooded everything and basically killed 3 nations in one blow.
But I can't tell if it's any magical properties or anything on them.
They don't seem to have any kind of magical property on them.
They are nice.
Yeah, the gem does appear to be and have an elemental inside. The quill, it does appear to the feather that's in it appears to have come from a higher being. It's kind of hard to tell from the feather what higher being that would be. That's a lot to derive from that. It's golden, but you're not sure if it's actually gold.
Is
but
it like soft? Is it like a feather? Or is it solid?
yes, it is like a feather. It definitely actually came from a creature. Your best guess would be something like, a celestial's wing feather or something like that, but even higher than that, something closer to like a demigod or something. But
well, that's cool that
as
he's
to
keeping
who,
trophies and demigods. That doesn't at all bode bad.
as to who it belonged to, you can't, you'd need a little bit more information to figure that one out. But okay.
All right. I think
So.
that was all we found. Except
Wait,
the
check out the
magic
rope.
Somebody put magic manacles on the inventory. Those came from?
There were manacles on the desk.
Were they
Are
magic?
they like ruined or whatever?
I don't know if I don't think anybody rolled a check yet.
The box.
You said
I did
that-
say they
want
stood
checks for
out.
magic
Oh,
manacles.
I misunderstood. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the box had runes.
Rafferty will help him.
Okay. We're in.
What am I doing? Am I doing something?
Yeah, I think you're rolling an Arcana check.
Ah, shit.
With advantage.
Oh, with
well,
advantage.
Rafferty
Rafferty.
can, and you can give him advantage.
Ask
Well.
him.
Very nice.
Okay. These shackles, as you look them over, they appear to the runes that are on them are deal something with dimensional travel. They appear to bind someone from, and it appears to be like obviously a physical binding and also a dampering of magical power, like hampering one's ability to cast any kind of portal or otherwise transdimensional planar travel. Basically it appears like a really good way to keep a powerful mage in place, so to speak. It would prevent them from using their magic to shift to another area and escape.
All right. And in the same breath, I guess, since we're here, poking play buttons. Can I tell anything more about that box? Other than
Why
that?
are we sitting around poking our belly buttons?
Make
I
another-
really don't
make another
know how
Arcana
you
check.
Come up with these things.
Another
With
Arcana check?
advantage. With advantage,
advantage.
because we'll assume that Rafferty is helping you out.
Definitely.
Okay. This is actually something you've seen before now that you have a little bit more time to look it over. It's a folding boat.
Wait, what?
But
So it's an item that
do I
you
how
know
to
that
activate it?
we're gonna let you make up whatever words you want. So
Boat.
Bodie McBoatface.
Yes.
I'll make the item thing for next time, but you can make it shift into 2 different sizes, small and large. And then fold back into the box for the third word. So
I shove it in the bag of holding, and I put the shackles in there too, I guess. I don't know.
okay. So anything else?
I don't have anything else. Except
Okay.
the very
Well,
deep
Well, everybody
anxiety
else-
about sitting here.
What about the robe?
While
Sorry.
they're all resting, what's the deal with that manhole cover poking up under the door?
Manhole cover poking out from under the door.
I don't know
The
what that
table?
is.
Oh,
Whatever.
nothing.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
called
table.
that's called generic things I found on the internet.
Oh, okay.
I thought
The
it was like a chair.
robes. The robes they were able to derive, Cog, came from the elven nation that was involved in this war. They don't have any kind of magical properties to them. I can find the name of it if I can find it in my notes, but it's it appears to have been worn by a higher noble, if not like the king himself of the High Elves at the time that was involved in the war with the elves that Inyar flooded when he did the whole swamp flood thing. So it appears to be kind of
Fancy.
like a token trophy from a murderer, as you will.
Real fancy.
So
Can we put that bear rug into portable hole or something so we can decorate our home with
you
it?
totally can.
Oh my gosh.
You're welcome.
That's
You
that.
have
I
to
mean,
Do we
think
have
about these
room?
things.
it's
Okay?
pretty good.
It's gone.
That's funny.
All right. So then we'll pick back up there next week to find out if you guys are discovered.
Aw.
Cool.
All right.
I guess we're starting next session by rolling initiative.
Yeah.
We'll just go on and roll now. Just
The 25 people standing outside a door waiting on us.
And Leo will never let us live it down.
And
That's okay.
fireball.
You're not going to live anything down. At that
What was
point.
the clan for that dwarven shield again? Clan what?
Dardath.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we have evidence of all three kingdoms were here.
Yeah, and he apparently murdered them. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Something fishy's going on here.
Really?
Well, because chronologically, these things being here aren't making sense. But
What do you mean?
I can't tell you exactly what I mean, but
Yes, you can. You don't want to.
You literally can.
And you should.
maybe next time.
No, you won't.
All right.
No,
Probably
because there'll
not.
be a horde of creatures
Well.
outside ready to kill us.
It's past midnight my time. So happy Father's Day to Leo and Jacobus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Father's Day,
Happy
y'all.
Father's Day, guys.
Not the Kega. That was rude, but
Not
sure.
to Kaga.
Yeah, fuck all y'all.
Happy Father's Day to all three of you.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Thank
Yep.
you guys.
Spent
Good night.
Night,
spent like
guys.
3 hours going through 3 rooms.
It's amazing how we
Good night,
managed to do
y'all.
that. Night.
We're good. Good night.